Listen. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Get that out of there.
Bow, bow. Got my hair out, giving natural teas, not brandy. Okay, never mind. Let me stop before I start reading too early here. Hey, everybody, it's your boy, Matty Rants. Thanks for tuning in to a good Sunday show of The Panel, where I bring my good Judies, my best friends, my kin folks up into the room, and we discuss shows and things that happened this past week, and we do it with you, the live audience. We thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to go ahead and bring everybody up into this giggery here. I know Blake, I think, is here, but also a little bit 15 minutes behind-ish. So once he's available, he'll join the rest of the cast. But we got to talk about All-Star 6. And I already know that Dooley's got something on his shoulders because there are apparent. He is the shoulder. If your friend has good shoulders, my friends are better. That's how I would do it. Don't ever come for my friend's shoulders. That's all I'm going to tell you. Say things about Dooley, but not the archway, okay? That bridge is built, all right? On top of bridges, I got trees. Not the ones that smoke, but I'm talking about height in New York City. We call them a standalone building if we really have to. No one's knocking that one down. Come on, we got to get into this one, bitch. And then I know my good old bestie from another testy, my big chest friend, as I like to call her, a good old rack. Also known as Mimi Diggy One is in the building today. Y'all have requested my sis. They're like, oh, Mimi's up it. She has chosen violence some days, or, you know, a little bit of a pat on the shoulder. Thanks for the hair, everybody. I need to let it out more often. It was just sitting in a bun too much, and I was like, no, we gonna let this baby breathe again. And of course, the Brim Reaper is here to give you two links, and that's gonna be that. It's not Tahoe OG, it's XXX OG in my system. Y'all know I come with my libations ready, but never on camera. If you're drinking something, take a sip every time you hear work. There you go, Dooley. You're welcome. Also, take a puff every time you hear just noises, just a puff. But I hope you're having a good day, everybody. Get your food together, get your libations, all that kind of good stuff. My social media links are in the link tree provided in the description. Click, kaboom, and go. You are welcome. You already know what it is on stereo Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We got the podcast. Food porn on Mondays. Wednesdays is online dating and the ghosts who run it. And then on Fridays is that good old fortunate rants, a power hour of good friend discussion. That's with Dooley, Blakeisha, and Mimi Cherry. And then I am partnered with the Airtime app one more time. Partnered with the Airtime app for Tuesday and Thursday shows. Drag Race Everything on Tuesdays, and then Drag Race Trivia and Hot Topics on Thursdays this September, because September's coming up. I think we hit the first by then. Oh, yeah. The prizes are up by $5. So first place is going to be 20, second's going to be 15, and third's going to be 10. So come on through to Airtime and play Drag Race Trivia. Get you some coin tattoos. Okay. Anywho, let's go ahead and bring them in. We'll start with the bridge first. Listen, this is my good friend here. We're about to see each other in just a couple of weeks. There's a trip down the line. We got some filming to do. We got to go ahead and give it on up for Dooley _noted.
I'm so mad my shoulders have become a thing. I think that's hilarious.
Be in your shoulders. Be in them. Okay? I mean, you be doing this in every video. Like, bitch, you be hunching them, getting them real right. Look at me. Okay? I have to, listen, I had to buy me a little waist trainer before this trip, y'all. I'm trying to get right. Look like Jennifer Lopez by the pool. I'm getting old.
Is this with a natural vocal or with an Ashanti vocal? Are you getting loud?
It's this one thing that's got me tripping. It's this one thing that's got me tripping. You did. Okay, listen. Duly social medias, because I'm going to be doing a lot of this today because I'm feeling my real good flowy oats right now. But go on, bro.
Work. Social media. Okay, you can find me on Twitter at _DulyNoted_. That's DOLEYNOTED. Sandwiched in between 2 underscores. You can find me on Instagram for all of my content at Duly Noted as presented below there. Or Duly Does Food solely for my food content. And then like, share, comment, subscribe. Duly Does Food on YouTube. New video out on Tuesday. I finished filming today. If you're paying attention to my Instagram, you know it's a Korean style corn dog. I was thinking about the fair. So the thing that I posted today, you know, the 18 versus 30. I got to digging into some childhood photos, and I was like, I missed it.
Chris got listen. So shout out to Carlos. Hey, friend. That's the first one. That's my good baby over there, writer of the Triangle. Y'all to get into that series now. But then Chris posted his, and so I was like, oh shit, 2 of my Judes. Hold on, let me get in here. Let me look through my shit. Oop. There you go, senior photos, 18 to 34. And I was like, yes. Yes. You know what I mean? So, and I'll be 35 in like what 20 something days. So now it's like, hey, let's catch this little moment before the next period of time. But yeah, we've all aged wonderfully. So
we all have. It's different. You know, our generation, we might have smoked a little weed, had a little alcohol. These new girls is popping Xannies and doing lines of all kind of stuff. I'm curious to see what happened when they turn 35. They're not doing it like us.
Are we talking about American Horror Story? Because that's the entire premise. All right, let's go ahead and get in.
Girl.
I'm going to drag these first 2 episodes on this good panel today. If y'all have to sit there and make faces, that's fine. But I've watched these 2 hours and I have to get my time back. So we're going to start. Oh, Mimi, you too? Oh, yeah, bitch. We're going the fuck in.
Oh, no. This whole episode is going to be all of us ranting about separate things.
Sarah Paulson, you owe me money for this whole scandal that's coming up too. Because baby, what you gave in the American Horror Story, I was not here for them chapped lips. I'm gonna get to the tree. C. Diggy is up into the room next here. Y'all have every time he's missing, y'all are like, where did he go?
C. Diggy, where
I say, look to the forest. You'll find him on vacation. Just kidding. Listen, let's go ahead and bring him on in New York, Louisiana, in the house. Let's go ahead and bring on C. Diggy 1.
Hey. How's it going? I'm here 2 weeks in a row. I'm so happy.
2 weeks. They don't know what to do. They're being blessed. Spoiled. Even. Spoiled.
I'm proud of you, Chris. I'm proud of you.
I know, unfortunately, next week I won't be here, but I'll try the weekend after. But
we'll try.
I done gave this man a compliment and then he disappoints me. What is this? Just like a man.
No, Justin's like that one panel member on The View who's like there often, but not so often because she's mostly pregnant. So it's like she's just not going to be there. But you know, she's like adds great commentary. He's still a part of the main cast. It's okay. We haven't fired him yet, everybody. All right, so legit. Just kidding.
Thank you, Barbara.
Hold on, we got to give it to thank you. We give it to Monica. The assassin has arrived. Lord Jesus, and certainly not Silent Library of an assassin over there.
Somebody said Chris got that honey contract.
Listen, let's get Chris and his social medias out the way so we can go ahead and know where to find and support him. And also giving a shout out to those on the Gulf Coast. I know Chris has family in Louisiana. I have family too. We had some friends, one's in town right now in the other room playing Pokemon Unite as we speak, that evacuated. So for those who had to evacuate, for those of you who may be affected by the storm, you have our love and sympathy here on the panel. And I don't know if your family has evacuated or whatnot. If they're like, we're going to ride this out, baby. But, you know, sending my love and my prayers out there.
Yeah, thanks. I have a weight lifted off my shoulders because I got my mom. I convinced her to go to Houston. So most of my people are already in Houston. It took her 12 hours to drive from New Orleans to Houston.
Yeah, my friend was just telling me that his parents, it took them like a good 10-hour drive because of that many people on the road. And we had, I forget what hurricane it was for Houston. I think it was like many years ago or whatever. But when we were evacuating San Antonio, stand still, sitting on the freeway, like, please don't let this storm just hit us while we're sitting right here. Like, we're trying to leave. But absolutely, Chris, and I'm glad to hear that they're over here in my neck of the woods.
Oh, yeah. And today's the anniversary of Katrina, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Too much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's crazy.
It is.
But it's sunny out here, so they're fine. It's sunny
Right.
and hot, Houston. Chris, social medias, please.
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, CDiggy1. I have my own YouTube channel, which is CDiggy1 as well. I do the housewife reviews and, shit about my business too. And then I'm on Pop Rose, the podcast, Alexander Rogers, and Alexander Rogers channel. And then you can find me on Spotify and what's the other one? Apple streaming platforms, whatever.
What's the other one?
Apple. Shout out to Alexander Rogers. Thank you, Chris, for being here. We will miss you next week. Hopefully you can arrive the following week. And shout out to Jamar84. He's actually in Houston now. I saw him the other day. We played Smash
That was
Brothers.
gag. We were on
and
the Zoom
Munchkin.
kicking, and he came out of nowhere. I was like, "Girl, what?"
So the way they introduced Jamar to me was they played the music for like the time has come for the lip sync assassin music. So they were playing it on the TV, and I was like, "Oh, we're doing something." And then like come around the corner, and I was like, "Okay." The Jamar's like, "Toot toot." So funny. Shout out to Jeff with a G for that great gag. But let's bring in the next one here. Before I get to my favorite chest, I want to go ahead and bring in just the hat. Listen, we're going to talk about some color swatches that he used from Eureka's lip sync outfit soon enough here. But my good friend who's always traveling, and then Dr. Blakeisha.
Good evening. How are we? Yes, we knew the assignment except Julia.
We're wind powered.
I'm already
over here.
loud. Do I really need a fan?
Yes.
He's got shoulders. All right, listen. He's got brown liquor. I'm concerned.
Oh,
Listen.
girl, Lord Jesus.
All right, Blake.
Is it a
All
Kool-Aid
right,
rim? Is it a Kool-Aid
Bitch,
rim?
no. That's only on margaritas.
We appreciate Mortgage McMichaels for being here in their mortgaged home. We love you, friend.
Hey,
2.5 links if you could for me, please.
absolutely. You can find me on Twitter at BARowley86, on Instagram at RowleyB, or Barf. Yes, I forgot for a second. Barf_1, BARPH_1. Don't give me that face, Dooley. Thank you.
Too late.
It's early. It's early, everybody. All right. Thank you, Blakeisha. Proud and happy for you to be here. I'll see you soon. Oh my
I'm
god.
so excited. Also, wait. Shout out to Stanley, who's a rant packer I met this weekend at Dolly Varden. So great to meet you.
Hey, friend. Hey, Stan. I was like, gag, you met. I was like, y'all know each other. I'm like, yes, that's my Judy. Oh my god.
He was like, are you Blakeisha? I was like, who are you?
If I lived out there, that'd be who I would hang with all the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
he's so cool.
Hold on, sis. I'm giving you this Matty middle-aged mixed lady hairdo, very school teacher or low-key principal. I have 3 children. They're all bastards. All right, let's go. Listen, next up is one of my favorite people in the entire universe, my every other day phone call. We do Fortunate Rants together. On Tuesday, we'll be doing the live Drag Race review of Holland. We have not seen the episode, so no spoilers. I heard it was some bullshit. Can't wait to be angry with you, but also love you, sis. Mimi Cherry.
Hazlo como mi cumpleaños. Hazlo como mi cumpleaños.
Not do it like it's my birthday. Get out of here.
Do it like it's
Get
my
outta here.
bidet. Yes. Hey, Mimi, how is your bidet?
Doing very well, lovely, working very well. Yes, she's
You're
doing
up for
good, she's doing
elimination,
lovely.
Mimi. Damn you. You see, this was RuPaul. That was your moment. How is your bidet? Clean.
Well, no, the asshole is the one that's clean because of the bidet.
Well, I hope your bidet's clean though too. Ooh.
Duh, it's one doesn't get clean without the other.
Mimi, you're giving me carpet and Scarface movie tease right now. No, I'm just kidding. Love you, sis. Mimi, social media, tell everybody where they can find you and support you.
On the good old Bird app, you can find me, aka Twitter. It's gonna be Mimi Cherry. If you want to find me on Instagram, add an IG to it, making it Mimi Cherry IG. And circling back really quick to the hurricane talk, just for scale reference, because I'm a hurricane survivor, multiple ones. This was Katrina. This is the one that is hitting right now.
Which
So,
is really
just so you guys know.
it's insane. Like, yeah, Katrina was like a category 3. This one's a 4. So
It's expanded that much in area that it like, yeah. Anyways, So prayers up because hurricanes are scary as fuck.
Yes,
but as long
they
as you are
are.
well prepared or you evacuate, just please take care of yourselves.
Yes, I've had an entire townhome be gone before, so no bueno. Yeah, my entire first floor, everything was trashed. Like I lost all my furniture, TV. The whole first floor was submerged. I was like, oh, okay. Came back and everything was just flat on the ground. Fish tank was broken. Like, yeah, poor things, poor things. It was awful. So yeah, everybody be safe out there. And if you're watching from your phones while you're traveling, what's up? We hope you're having not a horrible time getting out. We hope you get somewhere safely, but hope that we're helping you out here with some good times. So let's get into this bullshit.
Because that's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it right.
I agree. I agree.
So my review, I've learned to give y'all a little bit of sugar because I'm also a bit of spice. That's what happens here. But everything nice at the end of it all. So today, these will be opinions. Are these opinions going to be popular? Probably for some spaces, but not for all places. So if you would be kind enough not to send us hate, we'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I won't read it. Cool. All right. So let's continue. Episode 11, for some reason, of All Stars needed to happen. It needed to happen. And we got the results of a long battle by one woman who has carried Drag Race on her shoulders with, or I should say with a Silky Slam, Silky Nutmeg Ganache. The results are in, and Eureka was asked to stay.
Boo.
It's early. It's early.
I thought it was a deserved win, but that's just
Agreed.
I was expecting a double, but the sloppiness made it make sense, if that makes sense.
Listen, since we've been gone, we have seen her do a lot of props and stunts, but having clothes stay stuck to her as she is dancing or doing whatever for her life is a distraction. And I'm sorry to say this, but not sorry to say this, but sis over here in her Marco jumpsuit with a life alert was cutting up for what it was worth. You know what I mean? A shitty wig. No, Blake, I'm not saying cutting up like a real nice slice. I mean cutting up like a butter knife going into a steak. You know what I mean? So it's a lot going on. It's going to get through eventually.
Eventually.
That's what happened.
There was cutting.
Well, this one's she was putting on dressing for her salad over here, and she was using the wrong tongs. And this one over here was cut into a steak with a butter knife. Sorry for the food references. I'm just saying, it was like, Silky, you were this close, and you could have been there. But for what Eureka didn't mess up, and that's kind of where it's given. Like, you got to reward somebody who doesn't fuck up.
Speaking of rewards, before we move on to the remainder of the competition, I think it's real fucked up that Silky did not get anything for beating all those girls. It was like, hey, girl, welcome to the stage. Oh, you did a real good job. Okay, girl, bye. Like, if it wasn't for
Rue said legendary.
I mean, right, but like, it's like when the girls hit up artists and they be like, I mean, you're gonna pay me, and they be like, I mean, I'll give you publicity. Like, this woman entertained us for 90 minutes and left home with nothing, and that kind of bothered me.
Well, she got a day rate for each of those days that she was not going to be there, and that was an extra day of a day rate for each day, and she got that much more to show, and she's actually on Trixie's channel now and at Roscoe's, and will tour off this situation. So, I mean, race after the race, but she got the day rate. That's not nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll go up.
I think like in a normal, they would get $10,000 tips or something. Like she could have at least got like one lump sum, 10 grand or something, like maybe 15, because she did beat 6 other hoes.
6 girls.
And who's to say that she didn't? And it was just in an envelope, like, here, just shut up and go away and be happy.
So apparently she ended up, because Dooley, people felt the same way as you. She got about $13,000 in tips, which is amazing. But I'm with Mimi on this one. The race after the race, she just set herself up for a good long little run wherever she goes, because she's proven herself, 1, to be a great entertainer, and 2, I also agree to Dooley's point here that RuPaul should have said something more than "you're legendary" with an echo beat. You know, what if they gave that bitch a badge? Oh, I'm sorry. That's for the other folks that, you know, that are out there working hard. Give them some metal to sit there and brag about when it's only worth about $25. But at the same time, you know, she showed out. It is sad that Silky went out that way, but I think after this, she set herself up for a good run with her longer career. So, Silky, for what it's worth, bitch, I was here for the. Are you sure? Are you really sure, RuPaul? I was like, yes, please ask that question because, you know, Candy got to come back. So, and did much less. But all right. All right. No shade, Can. That's all I'm saying. Oh, the next day in basically an hour and 7 minutes of Trinity K. Bonet feeling some kind of way, which really is justified. But this is kind of what the episode played with us, with these three being like, what's wrong? And Trinity being like, you don't see what's wrong? Because you're not the one that's closest to being in the eliminated pot. So it's a little bit of a weird feeling for these four, knowing someone's coming back. RuPaul comes into the workroom with wallpaper suits and ends up bringing Eureka with her, you know. So they find out Eureka came back. Trinity can see the writings on the wall. Is that what y'all saw too in this situation? Dooley first.
Absolutely. Like, I would be real mad. Like, you've been here for 87 weeks. You running out of drag. You didn't give me your blood, sweat, and tears. And then, ta-da, right before you go to the finale, they bring a bitch back. Like, this should have happened top 6, top 7, top 8, somewhere in that little bubble.
Yeah.
Because at this point in the game, it's too late. It's too late. So I would have felt the way as well. I get it.
I say top 7 because 6 would have been eliminated. Then 6 queens would have had to compete 2 ways against each other. And then they could have knocked it down to 3-way lip sync. Boom. It would have been done. That would have been the whole episode. Satisfied. Or bring in assassins of seasons past to fight them to see how that. I don't know. Either way, I'm with you on that, Dooley. It's like, goddamn, here we are, back to 5 again. Chris, any opinions on the arrival of the Elephant Queen?
I mean, I get how Trinity's feeling, but at the end of the day, she knew what she signed up for. Drag Race is a bunch of twists and turns. I mean, it sucks, but I mean, it is what it is at this point. Now, the challenge, that's something else. That's something different.
Get ready for that. Yes.
But Eureka coming back, I mean, it just is what it is. Just be better. That's all you can do, even though she was better. But, you know, like...
Yes. Thank you, Melania.
The writings were on the wall for her. So, like, it was nothing she could do. So...
It's true. And honestly, I see Rome's opinion with worry about yourself. Low-key... I mean, that's what you would have had to have done for the rest of this, because if you were to focus on everything else, how is that stress going to carry you to a win? I just can't see it. Not in my vision board. But they have a mini challenge of gay proportions for Pride, where Levi's Jeans has donated their leftover Pride collection that did not sell. Did that not give that? Because that's what that gave to me.
It was very that. I used to go to Macy's or Levi's and see this stuff all the time and be like, it's cute.
True.
No, I'm not doing that.
And what the prize was clarified that for me, so I was like, oh, that's real tea, because this has been sitting somewhere in a box. But anywho, RuPaul put on her best Tyra Banks, and she decided to take pictures of these queens and be silly or goofy or fashionable in the same moment. Kylie Sonique Love was given the win here for her picture, as it seemed to be the most realistic looking one to happen in real time. Everyone else was doing a split, a stretch, stance. Oh, and Ginger was homeless. So there you go. It's like her go-to.
Work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what she knows.
Take a sip, everybody. All right, listen. Next up is the fact I took a picture or a still of this and didn't use it in my review for good reasons, but put it in here for some. It's the mini challenge, the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent monologues. Oprah, where's your check? Okay, so
Boo.
Oprah.
When they did the vagina monologues, Oprah did like a reading in one point of the monologues bit. Yeah. So
if we would have called it the Charisma, Uniqueness, Nerve, and Talent Chronicles, it would have had a better alliteration and not so like on the nose.
But they're very on the nose though. Like, but like a Dr. Seuss's nose. You know what I mean? Like borderline racist, right? So here's the thing.
Borderline?
I'm being kind.
I know that's
I'm
right,
choosing
Blakeisha.
this. Okay. You can re-ask the question. I'm choosing kindness. Mad TV. Listen, this was boring as hell. And this was stupid. And this was not a challenge that never needed to exist. This would have been fun on the road, not. So, like, or if it was on the road, like with people who I'd actually want to listen to deep story and connectable moments with, versus what we got today, because they were specifically asked to keep this very, what's the word? First time in drag. So it was like we couldn't really go further than this day I did, and this day I did that. So I don't know about for y'all, but for me, I just sat there. Y'all can see it in my reaction, just staring at the screen.
It was not entertaining. It was not as entertaining as what I expected something to be at this point in the competition.
I agree, Blake.
This point, top 5.
Yeah, as somebody who did forensics in high school and had to do monologues, I mean, it was cute, but I don't think they got the right kind of direction that they needed. And you definitely didn't feel it on stage. Like, it felt so awkward when Kylie was sitting on the stool and leaning over to talk to her microphone. Like, why don't you just take the microphone out and sit in your stool and then stand up and have the microphone in your
And they
hand?
praised
So
her.
awkward.
They praised that.
Did.
Bitch, she was
They gave
giving
her roses.
Stormy Daniels' second interview tease over
Not
Trump sitting in
Stormy
the
Daniels,
girl.
They
Like,
gave her all her roses for that.
real talk. I was sitting in
They
the
did.
stool. I didn't wear the right dress. I don't need them to see everything. I am talking. And that story was boring. I know some of y'all are Kylie cats. I don't know why I just did that. I'm assuming, did I give Kylie fans a name? And I like Kylie, but girl, that was boring. I was like,
I agree.
she's doing Dolly Parton again.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Let me stop relishing.
Y'all
in that
right.
moment. Yeah. It just, like you say, Dooley, for this to be this late in the game, what a weird setup. Like, you already
it feels like a 6-person type of setup. Like you do this when there are like 6 or 7 girls left, like not 5.
But Matt, like you just said the operative word, setup, because nothing like this episode was giving me very much Down Under, where you can feel the hands, and it's like, girl, what is that? Like, don't nothing about this. Like, this is one of the few episodes in the season where I felt like I was watching something different than what was being like narrated or dictated on the screen.
Like,
you were watching the puppet strings is what you were watching.
This is that. This is that. Like, this is straight up the same show of the, like, let's get real quiet and have these deep conversations and expect them to pull out stories from their holes. And we're all going to judge this? Like, give me a break. Like, and it's storytelling. You just had a moment of telling Eureka through this competition. She's one of the great storytellers. She can explain things so well. I love the way she talks. Bring her back in, and this is what we get. Come on. But, okay. And then this again.
And she knew, but she knew. She could feel it. She could feel it. She knew. She knew. She knew.
Do you know Diane?
She was like, do you know Diane? She was like, yes, Diane. I do know.
Absolutely, I do know.
Yeah. I felt bad, but I also was like, oh, girl, they're filming you right now. And I know you are mad, and I want you to turn that face because you know what happens on the shutdown. So I felt she was a bit defeated in that moment, but then again, it was very writings on the wall. Like, what am I going to do here? What could Trinity have done to make this different, in my opinion, to me? Because I'm like, I saw where you were going with the story. Outside of you not rushing, I don't think they still would have gave you the win for this one.
She didn't rush to me, though.
She didn't do what?
She didn't rush to me. Like,
I agree.
I agree.
Like, I love
that's fine, but I definitely had the rush on the way to the diner when we got in there and they were having a conversation. That I was definitely like, girl, that one went in. Towards the end of it, I thought she pulled it together, but at one point I was like, bring it back, because we got there and all of a sudden now you you. And I was like, what's happening here? But
And how do you judge a challenge like this? It's just so arbitrary.
do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Also, you play it into like what Rue really likes, which is comedy, and that wasn't the challenge. The challenge was to tell a story about either your first time in drag or something that was inspirational, motivational,
and to keep you in your feels. To keep you in your feels. Like, was very directive, and that is against, in theory, like the comedy. And Trinity, she was being funny, and they were trying to steer her away from that.
and that's why this is all made here to being subjective, like you say, Chris, because it's how are we going to do this if different stories are being told and being put in different directions? Now we're judging it based on how the emotion took us there. It could be like when Scarlett brought up her mother's. Like that kind of situation. And Ruth said that was uncomfortable, but here we are having a conversation about, okay.
We'll get to that. Put a pin in that.
Right.
Put a pin in that. We're going to come back to that. Put a pin in that.
See, it's little stuff like that where it comes back later and then they praise it, but then previously on episode of Law and Order, somebody was getting mugged and this SCU was fucked up. You know what I mean? Right. So it's like, I don't understand. Like, it's the same folks, Mariska Hargitay. Alex Mappa and Jermaine Fowler were there. Jermaine was on the Celebrity Drag Race, which got picked up for season 2.
Celebrity.
He was on Coming to America too, as well.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
You may know him more for that.
I like him as a comedian. I know him as a comedian, and I like him as a comedian. Everything else is kind of like, okay,
comedians are usually funny.
Well, but there's styles of comedy and there's styles of comedy, and Jermaine is kind of like that storyteller kind of New York kind of style comedy. I know him from podcasts. Like, it's just part of like my podcast nerd side of my brain.
Work.
So
Work.
We'll take a sip. You know, hey, listen, Mimi's in that pod world. I don't know nothing about it. All I know of Jermaine was Miss Teacup something. And I also know him from Coming to America 2. And I also know that he was on here for a spot that should have been given to somebody that could have done this a little bit better. No shame, Jermaine. It was nice that you were there for the plug. That was really a season 2 plug. All team. Alex Mappa, I think you should take over Carson's spot. All team.
Please.
Girl. Please.
I like me some Alex Mappa. He's like so much fun.
Useful.
He's so much fun. Yes. He's very referential. He's of the time. Like, when you see him, you remember him. It's like, oh yeah, he was in, and then list. Like,
you know who else I think could go in that spot if we want to keep the kind of same energy? Titus.
Titus Burgess would be great.
Titus.
Here for it. I love him.
Same kind of energy, very youthful, knows the girls. Like, it's fucking funny. Like, hello?
I can see that. I actually see that for this, but not like as a judge.
It's like, how do you critique? Like, Carson, you don't quite act. You've never really done any of this. Where at least Alex Mappa has, Titus has, like
Ross has some bit in it too.
Ross
does drag shows on that.
What's your claim to fame besides redesigning houses 20 years ago?
Whoa.
And
You know,
he has this Oprah connection. Like, Oprah loves him.
Pinot Noir. That's who you are. Nicole Byer too. Nicole looked great on Pit Stop.
Yes.
Jesus, that
fantastic.
I was like, that's a mug. Thank you, baby.
Absolutely.
This episode was boring. Shall we continue? See how we got onto like having a conversation with the judges that lasted about 5 minutes. They're in there having a conversation. Trinity's still a little bit down. All the queens are like, do you know what this means? I don't know what this means. Do you know what this means? I don't know what this means. Then this moment happens that I felt was a little bit off, but also a moment for camera time. So let me do the setup for you real quick. Kylie and Trinity are having a conversation about, Kylie's like, are you okay? I'm fine, but it just feels like whoop, get this close. Yeah, girl, I understand all that. They're having a full conversation about how Trinity is feeling and about being eliminated possibly and being so close. Eureka walks up and starts a conversation with Trinity about thanking her for being so nice and like showing her affection, because for me, it doesn't happen like that, which I understand completely. However, it felt like it was chopped and screwed into this edit because it was really, where did you come from and why are you here? And were you talking to them before you stepped over, or you just heard them and was like, oh, let me just go ahead and speak to her real quick.
But that's because Eureka also knows the game. Like, and we'll get to this later in more depth, but like, we know at this point, the judges have to justify bringing her back. The girl, she had already won before she even, went out there and got the critiques. Like, you haven't won any challenges. So now you have to get some kind of story to at least make you eligible for all the shit that comes next, girl. She knew it was up. She knew it.
It was, right here. Eureka was saying her goodbyes.
because it was going to be one of those two.
Oh, I can't. I get it. It's sweet. I understand Eureka, but I also felt like, where did the fuck did you just come from? Because that'd been me sitting right there. I've been like, girl, where'd you come from? You're not even done with your face. Where did you come from?
Go have your cigarette. Like, leave me alone.
I love you. But where did you? Yes, I've been like, damn, sis, you in the scene now. Like, Ginger was minding
and
her
from the looks
business.
of it, she could have used some more time for her runway outfit. So that's what she should have been doing instead of inserting herself into our conversation. How about
Category
that?
is. But yeah, I get it. But at the same time, I'm just, sometimes I feel like, girl, please. You know what I mean? This is not my favorite runway from RuPaul.
It was the like white woman nude illusion that was killing me. I was like, what is this?
You talking about that little body, little bandage tape underneath?
Girl,
It's the wrong mesh.
It's
the wrong mesh color. Yeah, it's the wrong mesh color in the panels.
Girl, like, we make nude for brown girls. Like, you could 3 shades darker is where you probably should be.
Right.
Haley's corner in the house. You don't even go here.
Come on, Jay Lee.
Jay Lee, we'll have to have you back sometime, baby. Oh my goodness. Okay, RuPaul, this was a choop. Like I said, a shoot chop. Okay, like this was the pants. It's the pants for me. But like we just talked about, all of this right here
from the neck down.
Yep, I agree.
I thought this was fabulous. I thought all this right here was good. I was like, I'm here for this.
But
this is right. This is right.
But this didn't need to be there. It looked like an outfit that was meant for someone with a large Mimi Cherry. Okay, it gave me chest.
It gives me when Bugs Bunny goes in drag.
A chesty moment with a blonde wig, right? Very that. Thank you. A chesty moment with the blonde wig. But category is sometimes it doesn't really pay to polka dot it. All right, Rue, next time maybe.
Well, it was like a remix of
wig. Stop
I don't know.
We've seen this wig.
And I don't know what season it is, but it's like one that's stuck in my head of like the Bring Back My Girls, Remember Girls. She's like, bring back my goils, and it's like that one classic one, and it's a pink version of this entire look, and it's like 6 seasons ago. It's stuck in my head.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And she kind of goes almost into like Yiddish.
She's a borrower. She's a borrower. It's okay.
Well, you see, girl, go ahead and y'all can go ahead and Google that article again. Just Judy reading her everything.
Matty, don't we have this like theory, and I think Dooley, you're in it, that like they might have run into each other at some Hollywood party, and like just Judge Judy just was left with the wrong impression, and ever since then, Judge Judy just does not want to fuck with RuPaul.
It's the same energy as Beyonce and Jason Lee meeting up at that event, and it was like real quick, like, ooh.
I feel like Dolly Parton and Judge Judy know something that we don't, because they paid Ru Dust every season, and it's funny.
And I trust the Judy. I trust the judge. That show ain't done me no wrongs.
If there are 2 white women that I'm gonna trust, it's gonna be Judge Judy and Dolly Parton. Because they gonna tell us the truth. They gonna tell the truth.
I give Jane Fonda my time too. Let's see here.
Okay, Jane Fonda.
That's another one. Jane don't play, girl. Anytime some sort of social injustice happens, she's the first one up front. Like, what's up?
You be getting detained with the black girls. So
Right.
I can go ahead and trust. I can go ahead and trust Jane Fonda. You right?
Like, girl, please check my record. I'm still working.
Civil disobedience, civil unrest.
Jane is willing to risk it all, honey. We've seen the picture.
Leah Remedy too. You have to give her some love. She would get
yes,
Scientology,
ma'am.
honey.
Yes,
that was a
ma'am.
big one.
I watched that. So a couple years ago, I was bored. I was like, "What is this?" And I got into it. I was like, "Okay, Leah, you did that. You did that, Leah."
They need to bring her back on the
Scientology.
show. She was fun next to Michelle.
She told all the tea. She told all the truth. Up to the point to like when you actually be like getting the real tea on Scientology, they send the girls out to follow you and to stalk you. She recorded them in vans, being like, "Girl, I'm at home. It's 3 a.m. Look."
Clowned Tom Cruise.
That's what it was.
And the celebrities who were also a part of it that were like trying to force her behind it. She was given so much dirt. It was crazy, but
it was good.
Yeah. Episode's boring, continuing with conversation. All right, so let's continue. Michelle, Beetlejuice, not the Countess. Okay, let's. That's for the Holland girls there, because if you saw the Countess on the previous episode of Holland, her Beetlejuice, it's phenomenal.
Everything.
It's like high drag, the definition. Carson's got on leopard print, bottoms up. I forget this man's name. Is it Justin?
Justin Simeon.
There we go. Justin Simeon. There we go. Justin was a breath of fresh air for me, in my opinion. I enjoyed his commentary on the panel. He didn't really have negative things to say, and if he did, they were constructive. But glad to have you there. It's always good to see these faces. Once again, retreat to this sign. Boo. And here we go. Trinity K. Bonet and her Cardi wig.
Girl.
I was here for the houndstooth, though.
So
it was a cute outfit, baby. This is a cute pantsuit.
This is cute. This is cute. I want to get into her actual like story. I'm calling shenanigans because I don't want to blame it on the edit. Right, like I don't want to blame it on the edit, but I got to call it out because during the walkthrough, all the jokes were there, the cadence was there, the moments were there, and it was like, and they were eating her up. They had nothing nasty to say about it. Fast forward to this, and I was like,
it felt like what they did was like, Trinity, it's too funny right now, make it more serious. And so she took the note, and they were like, oh, it's not funny enough.
Either that or they like patchworked the story to make it look like it was just weird to me. And I like as I was watching, I was like,
it's the concerned face edit. It's the concerned face edit that she got from the judges having to look down and back up, or where others deserved it.
I thought the story was relatable. We all have been catfished. I've never been the catfish, but like some of us have. I thought the story was relatable. It was poignant. It also tied into something that is like very like necessary to talk about. And then she also connected it to RuPaul and like her journey on the past season. I was like, how can y'all drag her for this? That don't make sense to me. Make it make sense.
Did TKB have a reaction to something or skin when she was in the back talking to me? Everyone, it looked like she was broke. Yeah, so Jamar filled me in on this one because he's really good friends with TKB. She had an allergic outbreak prior to the show. And it was very bad, but it's like, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm not going to go on the show anymore because I have allergies. No, you're going to go on the show. So she was battling that on top of getting into drag and painting and fucking up her skin by putting all that makeup on top of all that. So it's like she had a lot of stress that Trinity was going under while she was on the show, like doing this. So I have to give her some coots, but that's what that was. It was allergic reaction she was having, but I'm with Dooley. The edit was weird, but for me, like I said, maybe that's why I felt it was rushed. Even I forget who I was talking to who told me that maybe that may have felt like what it was too. But it also, to me, it was like, okay, she went first. That's also a huge benchmark to set. That normally leads whoever after that needs to do better, and then they'll win. So this did feel like she was going to go home no matter what. Like, what was going to happen? But the suit was fabulous, darling. The suit was fabulous.
Gorgeous.
She looked amazing.
Yeah.
Let's get to the next caller here. So if you're here to go to sleep, By all means, Kylie Sonique Love's first time will help you out. No shade, but just a little bit across the pool here. Kylie had to talk about her first time in drag and how amazing it was, and the realization of her coming into her own scene.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the worst ones to me.
I agree. I think she looks gorgeous, but the story didn't fit the assignment.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Mimi.
Great.
I still can't get over this. Like, it offended me as somebody who like talks into microphones, as somebody who like commands a microphone on a stage. I don't care if you're on a stool, you adjust that fucking microphone so that you're sitting properly. But again, it's ugh.
Yeah, I took classes in this in college, and I know what Mimi's talking about. I'd have been read for filth for sitting at a microphone like that. Like, what are you doing? Are you okay? Are you asleep? Do you need to get up? Like, do you need a chair that has a backing to it? You know what I mean? But at the same time, it just, what were we talking about? I felt like we've heard the story before. No shade. When she was talking about her dog. I don't know. I wasn't here for that first time. I didn't enjoy it.
Mimi, you brought this up before at the beginning of the conversation too, though. Like, I'm sure all of us have had a speech class or have done something like that. Like, you frequently learn about like using your level, standing up, using the space, and it was like, I just felt very confused that they allowed for her to sit down in a singular place. I don't think it was the worst story. It was one of the worst stories. And
she didn't
embraced her.
She didn't do the whole story. The other thing, she didn't do the whole story sitting. At one point, she stands up, grabs the microphone, and starts walking the stage.
When she has to show what she was doing, but it's interesting that we got there for that to happen versus just starting it off real slow and then getting up. It should have been maybe 5 to 10 seconds. 15 at the max on that chair.
Sitting does you no favors. It actually like handicaps you, and so like why you purposefully would handicap yourself for trying to be deep or insightful or whatever you want to call it. Just like you could have gotten such a better response and delivered it much better if you stood up, like stand, walk around, give us level to the body.
Yeah, and now that I hear all this, I'm thinking like, was it a choice of like, okay, you're starting your story as like this young thing, and then like you grow into this concept, okay, but then you sit like this for like 2 or 3 beats, and then you grow into your story, right? Then I think that's the only time that it kind of like really fits. But to just be sitting there the whole time like I'm a 13-year-old that like doesn't really know what I'm saying, but like I'm talking in front of the class.
Unfunny Manny, I'm glad the judges liked it, but we didn't, and so did a lot of other people. I'm glad the judges cared for it and you did, but no.
I'm surprised she's made it this far. Personally, I just feel like she's being coddled a little bit for some reason.
Work.
That's all.
Un poquito. I agree, un poquito.
No shade.
And it kind of feels like trying to pay a little bit for sins of the past, a little bit in the
It's just giving a little bit token to me, that's all.
And Loretta loves Jimmy.
But I like her. I just think,
I think on a regular season of Drag Race, no shade, Kylie would have been gone probably 4 or 5 episodes ago. Whoa! And I think she's great. But like pre Dolly Parton, like everything up to Dolly Parton, they would have sent her home.
Blakeisha's got a man at home.
She's not beating anybody in the top 4 in the lips.
I agree.
But the thing is, she's like, according to the fan vote, number 2.
I mean, I don't want to choose violence.
She's given us. I'm saying this. I don't think Kylie has done terrible. They've praised her in the times that I think she should have been corrected, and then was corrected in the times when she should have been the standout. Like, it's backwards.
Agreed.
To me.
Which is kind of if you were going to give her real roses, if you were going to show her growth, you should have let her win Snatch Game when she held it. She held it next to Ginger and was great. And if you were going to really knock her down, what should have been that Rue Coven horror story trash, should have been when you don't give her roses for that. She didn't do well.
Yeah, I enjoy Kylie, but I actually think she has the opposite problem of Ginger Minge. So they've given Ginger Minge wins that she didn't deserve, and I think Ginger Minge is paying for it now in the voting because the fans are like, "Girl, this is feeling real white woman privilege, girl. I don't know how you got all this cold." Like it's the opposite problem.
Well,
work.
Who's next?
I needed a snack. yeah, I had to have a snack on that one.
My dog was crying. I had to check on my dog.
Oh no, baby! I need a little calcium. On my bone density went down on that one.
Not me. See, again, Blakeisha just.
Jesus Christ.
I could hear every little shank. I could hear it.
Y'all can't go to prison. You understand me? Okay, listen. Next up is
Ooh, speaking of.
Next up is Ginger Minge with My Ruby Slippers.
Oh,
I hated this. I
didn't like it either.
She did not take her notes at all.
I like
this. This was fucking fake. This was not
I liked
real.
it. Drive by.
It was all right.
This was fucking Frank Linenbaum. Like this was some bullshit you created in your head based on the fantasy. This was not real.
Yeah, I don't believe it at all.
Trixie Mattel pointed out the comment that I had, and I was surprised. But Ginger's all of 5'3", and like it was supposed to get that shoe reveal at the end, but it was like, baby, how are you 5'3" and couldn't find a gown long enough to give us the reveal of your feet? That don't make sense.
35 yards of fabric, Julie. Don't forget.
I thought she did okay. I thought she did okay. I thought she did better than many of the girls, but like, it was just okay.
Her story was great. Maybe presentation was a little wood. Maybe, right? I thought it was cool. Go on, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I just think she was confident telling a lie. I feel like I was watching I was watching Erica Jane talk about the car story.
Oh my!
I wanted one of the girls to give me fucking Candy Burris and to be like, the lies.
My wig.
Girl.
Yeah, no, it was giving me high school monologue for real, like pageant monologue. It was giving me too much mono in the log.
So what you're saying is Jussie Smollett.
Wait. It's giving, flashback. Season 3, Alexis Mateo lying about having a military boyfriend that gave her the jacket. and we was all like, girl, where? That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving.
This roller coaster is so much fun, everybody. Please stop.
The difference is that at least Alexis passed the charisma check. And we was like, we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt, girl. But I guess Jinx did not, or Jinx, Lord Jesus, Jinx did better. Ginger did not pass that charisma check. We were like, girl, you can hold this, because nah.
So at the end of this, we all feel that Ginger was a little, page number 6, and she should have opened up her book a little bit more and been a little bit more realer. Okay, I have to move on. I don't think she can handle any more of this. Not that Peg Bundy wig. No, it can't handle any more of this. No. All right, so on to lighter waters. Raja O'Hara with bunny tail.
I love what she was wearing.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Doesn't it give you TLC creep? Like very TLC creep?
It's very elevated TLC.
It did. I enjoyed her story. I thought it was fun. Now, she did stumble at the beginning, but she caught herself. She caught herself and then hit it out of the park. And it was like,
all it takes is one mistake.
A lot of CDs have scratches on it. It happens. It happens. So, you'll be in the car with all your friends thinking you're the shit, and that doom, they think it's your system. No, the CD scratch.
Not when it's first out the package.
It just, hey, sometimes the beginning of the song goes, I know you. Like, that's just what happened. She took a moment. But what you saw her do, and Raja, this is where I thought this was professional, because you felt the uh-oh, but you didn't let it go into oh. It was just So you took a breath and then continued the story. And it was like, all right.
She
said, all right.
fucked up and she just froze for a second and was like, I'm gonna get it back.
Uh-huh. If you're gonna stumble, that's the best way to get back up because you have to get up. You have to keep going. That's one of those like when the model falls and they just literally get back up and they just keep on walking down the runway. I mean, that's all you can do. Beyonce, falling, coming down the stairs. Like, what
Girl,
you can do?
my
Get up
mother
and keep dancing.
fell so hard down them stairs and got up like it was nothing. Nothing. And that's why it's like, oh, I see when they make fun of her, but I'm like, but can your fave get the fuck up like that?
Mhm.
I think
And hit it
not.
harder. And
She
hit it
needs
harder.
some milk. Yeah, my sister over
She
there.
needs some milk.
Okay.
She
My
on
mother
that
has
mojo.
sacrificed
She got that
good.
mojo.
Like,
She
she
needs some
sacrificed a
milk.
couple of goats already. She's fine. Okay, B's gonna
Not
run
a
it.
couple of goats.
I'm telling you, Illuminati. Listen, Bunny Tail was funny. The masking tape for the tuck wasn't where it was at. Pop goes the nut. I was here for the story. The wig was cute. Raja had the ultimate
third
flex.
place to me.
She had the ultimate flex when she mentioned the Rue. I made everything that you've seen on this runway. And I had that tea prior to the show, which is why everything that you've seen, it's like, go in, bitch. Like, you've killed it, honestly. So she let Rue know, hey, you're going to have to send me to the final, bitch, because, you never have sewing challenges. And I won all of them so far. Yeah, she won the ball and she won the design challenge. There you go.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She's been flawless this season. Like, she's giving you head to toe excellence.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for her.
Mm-hmm.
And Tina Burner wishes.
Okay, girl, let's get to this, baby. Let's get to this. Let me get to
So-
this, baby.
Before y'all go off on her, I give her second place. I really do. Like, I just don't think she should have won. Because
So-
Robbie was third to me, Ginger was fourth, and then Kylie was fifth place. That's my ranking for this challenge.
Ooh, that's why they're never gonna call you Chris. No, I'm just kidding. Bitch. Ooh, you were like, they're like Trinity. And
Because I forgot what Raja's story was even about. Like, this was a memorable story, but I just don't think it was. the
Girl,
best.
you better start
So-
popping that ginkgo. You need that ginkgo
Girl,
biloba.
it was only memorable because she talked about shit.
Hey, it worked. It was memorable.
But no, that's a double standard because let's go back.
Child.
They dragged the shit out of Rock'em Sakura, pun intended,
Yes.
for making an off-color joke about pooch
Yeah.
and sent that bitch packing. Meanwhile, this
Yeah.
girl got up here for 5 to 7 minutes and talked about her shitting, and y'all praise that? Get out of here. It's not
I think she
consistent.
made it work. I think Rock'em Sock'em. I don't even remember her story.
so I
Rock'em
thought I
Sakura,
actually
San
liked this
Francisco
story.
Queen.
I was actually liked Eureka's storytelling ability. Now, the facts about the poop is another thing where I'm with Dooley on this one for, because it's like, bitch, if we're gonna hold this energy, hold it all the way forever, or say something to where you let it go. But if we're gonna
And
do
I'm
it for
pretty
one,
sure it was a fart joke. I don't think it was even a shit.
it was a fart joke. Yeah, this lady's
It
talking about
was.
scatting, and I am not talking about a baba daba doo wop. I ain't talking about that kind of scat. I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
Rome said it in the comments. Sorry, Matt, but Rome said it, et cetera, too, and they dragged that bitch and sent her right home. Like, do you like
I'm-
the jokes or not,
listen.
sis? Because what is it? Is it Uchiwali or One Mic?
So
You can't do
that
both.
means when I go on Drag Race, my embarrassing story is going to be the Activia farts. That's what we're going to have to do. I hope I'll be fine, RuPaul. I got the wrong one. I thought it was mixed berry and it was prune. Is that going to be okay? Is that going to be fine? Can I have that story? Can I just make gestures on the stage of me squatting and stuff, talking about my wet kitty? Either way. I like the story. I mean, she now sister right here is in her fantasy. That is, I'm going to say that. That's all I can say for this look. This is a fantasy that she is in, and she is enjoying it. And there you go. But other than that, to me, I know y'all hated gingers, but I like gingers. I thought gingers should have won. But when I saw Eureka's story, I was like, oh, she won it. They laughed at everything. There was no breaks. Everyone was smiling. It's like, come on now. So no one's into scat
Work.
on the panel.
I mean, all in all, I think based upon the comments that all the girls got, like, the judging was inconsistent. So it's like, is this a monologue challenge? Is it a comedy challenge? Is it a story challenge? Is it a commercial branding challenge? Like, what do you, girl, is it a sewing challenge? Like, what do you want this to be? Because it feels like each of the girls got critiques based like differently upon like the things that I just like listed out. And that makes it uncomfortable. Like, what is it, girl?
Maybe they wanted a conversation, and that's what they got with Eureka. Is like they wanted to talk about her pooing. versus them living their dreams of being drag queens or meeting people at bars or at diners and finding out there's somebody else and you save their life.
Maybe this time they'll get lucky.
Oh,
Did y'all like this runway?
did we like it? No.
I hated it.
Hated it.
I get the idea behind it, but it also felt like each of the girls' interpretation of it was different, so it was hard to judge.
Scarlett's interpretation would have been excellent on this one. Did you see that shit? That was amazing.
You cannot. I'm still surprised. You could not tell me
Gag
months ago that I was going to be like justice for Scarlett because, like, what?
She painted her face.
Scarlett, I just want to say, I always saw.
Oh, you see, Diggy, you know,
I love Scarlett.
I always fought for her, even though y'all came for me. I'm just
now, Chris. You got your signed picture from Scarlett, right? You got your signed picture back, right? I gave it to you the last time I saw you, right? I gave you a signed picture. Yeah. Okay, listen. Scarlett's look she painted her face upside down and had a dress that literally was built upside down. You looking at me? Where it's literally. It's insane. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, this should have been on television. This should have been on TV. It would have been amazing to see. So that was a missed opportunity from them to not even allow her to walk that down the runway. You should have done the category earlier. But it's, oops, I did it again. This was another missed opportunity to do a Britney Spears runway. I don't get the reasoning for some of these names, but it's fashion faux pas. Cool, great. So,
which again can be so fucking subjective.
Just like the challenge.
Just like the couple of them that they've done where people's interpretation wasn't really.
Yeah, because before we get to it, Kylie's, to me, no. It's a cute outfit with like splatter paint purposely on it. Like, what is faux or pas about it?
It was supposed to be because it's a work outfit. Yeah, like, well, because I've read her whole reasoning.
If anything, it makes it look more high fashion. If anything.
But it's inspired because it's Moschino. So, like, see, here comes Trinity K. Bonet ready to walk. No, contestant number 7, Trinity K. Bonet from Atlanta, Georgia. Representing Roscoe's. No, just playing. Trinity is here in this beautiful plum dress with these lavender gloves, I think, that are fucking amazing. I don't know why I like this classic pageanty look from her. Her faux pas was the safety pins in the back. That was my only issue. It was like, that's it? Okay. The dress is beautiful. Chris?
I mean, did anyone... Oh, you go.
No,
I got it from her. Like when she explained it, she was like, I gained a couple pounds and I safety pinned the back. I was like, I get it. Like, and I get the critique that like maybe the faux pas wasn't obvious enough, but like, girl, she was gorgeous and had this been on another bitch show, I'd be like, oh my God, I get it.
No, we wouldn't.
Subtle,
I would have been just as evil.
Girl, Carson had Eureka worn this. Carson like, oh my God,
that's the leather handbag. She only goes for the white grease. You understand what I'm saying? So like, I get that, but like for me, if I'm thinking of TKB, I wish it would have been more tears and been more safety pins that would have been all over the dress, and it would have been more like, a real fuck up. Like, oh shit, the dress fell apart before we got on the runway. But either way, I thought this was gorgeous. Like, gorgeous.
Yeah, wasn't that like Versace 90 something? Hugh Grant's girlfriend that had like the pins look that it was like pins all the way down. It's like, oh yeah, oops, it just ripped, and we're just gonna put safety pins all over it and go on the Oscar, runway.
Or could have wore Halle Berry's wig.
No, which one?
The Thriller wig?
All of them.
It's got to be the wig from Taken. Or not Taken. What's the one? What's that movie? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
There needs to be a
Traffic.
Yes, there's both. Traffic. Kidnap, Traffic, 911. Just name them. Name them. Losing Isaiah. Go for it. Yes, go for it. Okay, Catwoman, because we believed all of those. Girl, there needs to be a museum with all her wigs. Huh? Go ahead.
This is no shade. I thought the faux pas was her makeup. I thought something. It looked off to me. Like, did something look off to y'all? Because the dress looked like it was on purpose.
Hello, Jesus,
Chris can keep the diggy one today.
No, like at first I thought the faux pas was the makeup.
I mean, wow.
Okay.
Work.
When you get to the pearly gates, girl, St. Peter is waiting for you, baby.
Work.
What?
And waiting for you to tell you absolutely not.
I swear, like it looked real washed. That's why I was like, it's something
Yo.
wrong.
St. Peter's just like, go back to go, do not pass go, do not collect $200, go back downstairs to hell. You are not coming here.
Y'all laughing, but I'm serious. Like she didn't look like herself.
750 people in the room. Thank you for joining us here on this live today. We're hour plus into this. We're on the runway. Oops, I did it again. Fashion faux pas. Chris's chosen violence. On Taraja O'Hara, I thought this was the assignment in my opinion.
Number one.
Presentation is key, and if you can sell a gourmand, woo! I'm always here for it. Go on, Raja. This was kind of fucking awesome and sexy. It was like, oh, you.
And she made that. She made it.
Presentation is key. Like the whole theatrics of the moment. Like, oh my God, you found me in my dressing room. I'm not done. Like, it was great.
And it still was all together to where it could have looked like it was falling off, and then to the side, everything's perfect. Oof.
And watch all the rap girls be wearing this next summer.
JT on the track. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I want to meet Raja just so I can apologize to her for anything I said for her prior season. Like
you should have done it at DragCon like me. No, just kidding. And then she painted my face right after that. A video now available on YouTube.
We need to go ahead and just y'all start saving y'all coins for when this panorama is over, because we need to do the panel at DragCon. We need to do that. That's a thing. We doing that.
Oh, I
We doing
have
that.
the inside track with the people at the DragCon.
What you say, Mimi?
Well, Matty, who got you the pass?
That's how this is who got me my press pass and why I was able to push on through.
Let me tell you, don't know this, but like, so I was there with my little VIP pass, and I was like, work, and then Matt comes up with his little press pass girl, and they was like, oh, well, we're hanging out together. They was like, well, his press pass will get you in faster than your VIP. I was gagged, so me and Matt kiki the whole day with his press pass.
That's why I said Mimi is my executive assistant, because she said, I'm gonna do it for you because they need to know who you are, and we're gonna get you this right. And then bam, the press pass, let's go. And I was every day when I signed in, it was
the PR company still emailed me up until the panorama, and I'm sure that once the panorama is done, the PR company is going to be giving me the emails again, so we can get the panel at DragCon. Absolutely, just
do it like it's your B-Day.
Do it like it's your B-Day. Ooh, it's gonna be a black panel right there, y'all.
Well, actually, this is a call to action to the Rant Pack. What you have to start doing is tweeting at RuPaul's DragCon and telling them to have the panel on the next LA DragCon, because we need y'all to show up for us. Thank you.
That's what Mimi said. Someone's going from JV to varsity.
Hey!
Inside joke.
It tracks.
Okay, Raja, thanks for being O'Hara about it and giving us everything you've got, because it's simply the best. Shoulders. Back to Kylie.
Hi, Nidra.
All right. Kylie Sonique Love is going to sell you a corn dog between her legs. A few, because I was like, wait, where are they coming from?
A couple of them things up in there.
I was like, girl, what is the tea? You know what I mean? I was like, wait, can I do? I was like, my thighs are kind of thick, but I was like, wait.
You know where I think she had them? Imagine the little space in between your thighs, the front pocket and the back pocket, that panel.
I don't have no space in between my thighs.
I know, but I'm telling you, where you would not have a space is where there's space. And so I think she taped it to the front panel and the back panel, and that's where they're at.
It's too big down here. I got lots of I got thighs, baby.
I mean, my poom poom is thick too, so I get it.
I mean, my corn dog be cooked by the time it come out. That they be ready. Like, bitch, category is baked. All right.
But is it fashion?
I thought it was cute, but it wasn't the assignment. It was just
exactly.
Sorry.
It wasn't the assignment.
Hated it. Come on, Lynn on film.
Two snaps and Z formation. Hated it.
This is giving me after party go-go dancer. Like this is when you go to the after party with all the tech guys that make a lot of money and do all that good stuff.
Lots of coke.
And the go-go dancers look just like that because I know I used to run with them. It's giving me after party go-go dancer.
This is giving me, I didn't quite understand the assignment and I wasn't going to create something. So I'm going to just take something that I currently had lying around and make it try and fit the assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. I just wish it had more going on with it. And that's saying something for the outfit. But like Michelle says, like, why didn't you just put a bunch of glitter and make it look like you had stains all over your body too? If you got messy, not just the outfit. Like you look clean and then it's the outfit. But
exactly.
I mean, you even squeeze ketchup and mustard. Like, where did that go? Can we talk about that? When did they clean that up? Okay, like insane.
Or if you were gonna have the bottles in your hand, actually have some ketchup and mustard and like throw it on you while you walking down the runway or something. Like
I like Carmen Farala.
Yeah, you gotta zhuzh this up, baby.
Yeah, Carmen Farala served that better.
Did y'all notice how confident she was throughout this whole episode? Like, it just felt like I'm not going home. Like she wasn't nervous at all about
I
me.
said that in my review, Chris. I said they all three of them. Yeah, I literally in my review said all of them are sitting there. Ginger, Kylie, and Raj are in terms of really like, we're fine. It's okay. Because who are you going to send home? Trinity. Well, either Eureka or Trinity. It'd be either of the two. So if she fuck up, she going home. If she fuck up, she going home. We're not going to send each other home. We're fine with each other. There's been no drama between us.
I feel like Trinity's track record is better than Kylie's. I'm sorry.
Yes, put a pin in let's come back to that, baby. You are correct.
We will.
So let's come back to that.
Don't cancel me. I'm just saying, RuPaul's Drag Race really wants like their first trans winner. Bring Peppermint for season 7. That's all. That's all.
Work. Take your shot. Work.
I'm running low.
Me too, girl.
For every 4, you should be having water, by the way.
I don't know what water is, but sure, thanks, Mimi.
Tonight I'm drinking me some Dogfish Head vodka soda. It's 100 calories.
Come back to life, Matthew. All right. Okay. I would love to see Peppermint on the show severely.
I feel like she don't want it or need it.
And I think for her, she deserves it because they did make Peppermint kind of did bring some boo-boo the fool looking clothes, but it would be great for her to show out now, especially with her in full glory, the way she is, because Peppermint is a beast now. You know what I mean? Like,
well, think about it.
With Peppermint.
She's the only one from the season 9 top 4 that don't have a crown. All the other girls came back to get their crown. So it's
she's been on TV shows, she's been in movies, she's now on that series.
Broadway.
Yes, like
she was on Pose.
I wonder if because of all of that, you don't want to gamble this outside race after the race, right? Yeah. Why gamble this track record that you have going and you go back into the dungeon and they might just want to like humble you.
Shangela keeps giving
it could be one of those situations where it's like, do I quit my gig so I get $50,000 real quick for $50,000 in the crown, or do I keep getting paid and say fuck them girls?
Because you're gonna have to put some money down. Yep.
You're gonna have to put money down, and after taxes, it's only like $55,000 that you're gonna get.
Thank you.
Why is Drag Race so cheap, and why haven't they upped the prize money at all? It should be at $250.
Because the money's going to mama.
See, Diggy, you're absolutely right. Like that's one of the major critiques right now with Drag Race. Like you got Dragula coming down the street in their 4th season, being like, "Hey, girl, come get this money. We up in the prize." We got 49 seasons of Drag Race, girl, and you're giving us
$100,000 since Raja won.
You had a double win. You had a double win. We know you got the 200K. We know you got the 200K.
They got a million.
Didn't it take them a minute to pay that out, though?
What'd you say?
It took them a minute to pay out that double win.
And I'm like, y'all know what World of Wonder is?
I didn't hear about that.
World of Wonder?
Oh yeah, they didn't get paid right away.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
But also, so this was a trivia question.
Podcast listener.
This was a trivia question for Drag Race trivia. But when Monet won Miss Congeniality, she's the only Miss Congeniality not to get a cash prize. So for season 10, she ain't get no coin for that. She ain't get no coins.
Yeah, and World of Wonder is you'll see the building in Hollywood. I walk by it all the time,
It's
but
across the street from Willem's
right.
studio.
But I've been in there to film for Honey's video, for the Christmas video that we did.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I was on the same set that Trixie and Katya do on. I was in the same when Raja and Raven used to be there. I was on the same little part of that. It is a basement. It is the building. There's a little part you can go into, and then
No
go
air
down the
conditioning,
stairs.
right?
Oh no, bitch! It was cold as hell where we were at.
Okay, good.
But you had to tell them like, okay, we're doing the AC. Like, Honey was like, we need this AC on. Child, I was freezing in them socks and them drawers, girl. Sitting there being a reindeer. I was cold as hell. My titties were hard. But yeah, like World of Wonder. I mean, it's Hollywood, but also if they got money, it's because people have also helped out with that too. It's not like it's a humongous building. Believe me when I say that. It's not.
But like, consider, I would also, so you got VH1, you got Viacom. There's always a sponsor. So we got Bubbly. You
They've got
whatever
Bravo
the company
too.
is.
Because $1 Million Listing
You
is
got Barefoot. Barefoot's a sponsor.
Barefoot. Like at this point, like like it costs more money for many of those girls to do what they got to do to get on the show than what they actually like win. In 2020, and don't forget cost of living and inflation. So it's like you should easily be giving out $250 minimum.
Has Survivor changed your prize money? And
yes, and Big Brother,
I was just about to say, I'm like, Survivor's been giving out.
But those are like
half
network
meal.
TV though versus cable television.
Yeah, and how often have they changed the price?
But it's Viacom. They own everything.
But they just started doing Viacom.
But it's also like per viewership, and with cable, it's like cut at a whole stand. Like for example, Will and Grace would have 16 million viewers, but that's terrible by network television standards. But by cable, that would be the top rated show. Like Housewives, think about this, only has like 1 million. You know what I'm talking about, Chris? 1 million something views. This and the other. Love and Hip Hop as well. That's a big deal for cable, but network could be like, you're joking. So
and this one isn't even on any of those. It's on Paramount fucking Plus.
RuPaul can go ahead and sell some of that oil and go ahead and say, girls, stop playing in these girls' faces. Well, they got some money.
But
all that extra money is going into Mama's pocket.
See, Survivor, that's for everybody. You see what I'm saying? Survivor ain't Drag Race. Honey, Survivor is not that everybody watches that.
Also has 40 seasons.
Right. But it has 40 seasons, has a long-standing fan group. There's many things that have to take place for that to happen. We've got fans here.
About how often they've changed the purse. That was more not.
Oh, someone went 20 to 25 to 75 to then $100,000 for Drag Race.
Okay.
If that is correct.
It's been that way since season 4.
Correct.
Crazy.
And I will agree with that stance of since season 4, especially after all these seasons, there needs to be something else because you also took away other prizes too. Like there used to be the Alan Chuck tour. There used to be different. Mac used to be the girl. Now it's Anastasia or whatever. Like there's Absolute Vodka. There was a
also have her moment.
Oh
but
yeah.
Now they also get the tips. Because this one, they have the tips now too.
Oh, but you see the canned.
Just for the sake of whatever.
What is the canned thing they're doing now other than Bubbly? They did it for season 13. Was it Brute?
Yeah.
Oh, Barefoot?
Not Barefoot. No, season 13.
It's not Brute.
Oh, it was the canned one they had. That like it was supposed
to be Bubbly. It was Bubbly.
Yeah, Truly.
It's like
there
the
Bubbly. Truly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, so Bubbly is really just like soda water that's flavored. Truly is alcohol. It's like hard seltzer.
Okay.
So it was Barefoot, and then it was Bubbly, and then it was the special it's caffeine, alcohol, and seltzer water. It's that version of Bubbly. I can't think of what the actual thing is called, but that's what it is.
That's like that Nuvo vodka wine.
Girl, not Nuvo. I remember Nuvo.
Fuck, that shit was gross. Nuvo. Oh, it was so gross. Nikki, what
remember
Alizé? Yeah,
yes.
Unfortunately.
It wasn't that bad.
Alizé is the liquor you put on top of the fridge. That's what Alizé is.
Blakeisha, you can remember this when we were in college, but you know the Incredible Hulks. You had to mix your Hennessy with the Hypnotic.
Oh, I used to drink those. Green. Hypnotic was that girl back in the day.
But if you read it phonetically, it's hypnotique.
Oh wow! Listen. Episode's boring. Back to it again. Ginger Minge, fashion faux pas was burning some hair. I love that there's 800 people in here. Y'all were still here for our conversation that was going on. I love it. That's how you know this is fun. So I like this from performance standpoint. As far as the
Yes.
outfit's concerned, basic. But I
Yes.
thought, especially when it got to the hand, and she gave me Home Alone tees with that. I just thought that was fun. I was like, this is a fun outfit. Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
I agree.
True.
That's it. That's it. Okay.
Yes.
We were staring at it for 15 minutes talking about something else. I mean, come on now. Eureka is next,
Boo.
and she
Boo.
Boo.
Wow.
Boo.
went to
Boo.
Boo.
a wedding.
Wow.
It was a mess.
It was outside. It was 96 degrees. She's sweating. She also went to the porta potty. I don't like the color. I like the concept. I just didn't like that light.
I agree.
That
I-
Easter Sunday blue that doesn't want to be blue because it's racist. I just didn't like it.
I like the concept. I don't like the color. I agree.
The execution is trash to me. So okay, so you have I can't believe I'm agreeing with Trixie Mattel, but like she called it out. So you have windswept hair, but the hair looks pretty. So like she should have took some dust or something to make it look a little dusty, a little dingy. The color I don't like. The cut of like the titty top, I don't really care for. Like, no, it's got to be a boo.
It's a boo. It's a
It's gotta be a
boo.
boo.
And why your hair don't match?
Oh, I'm just now noticing this. Oh my God.
Why your
Because
pieces?
the back part needed some
This
more
part down
color.
here is giving you luxury white woman, and up here is giving you Iowa. Like, what's happening?
Girl, not that her roots died before they began. Like, come on now. I ain't never seen a tree look this sad. All right, listen. It's Eureka, you know, for what it's worth, the bathroom's that way. Okay.
Boo.
Wow.
The makeup is pretty.
The makeup was pretty.
True.
It was pretty.
True.
So, judging takes place. Things were said. Opinions are given. Eureka won this episode.
Boo.
Boo.
We knew it was coming. It was the writing was on the wall. You have to justify the reason that she's here.
Super Saiyan Eureka. Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Super Saiyan Eureka. Like, but from what planet? Like, what region is that from? You know, when they have the wars, when they have to like fight all those other planets or like universes. Like, what planet of Super Saiyan would that be? It'd be like from planet Trash. Like, what were you talking about? I love it. Like, garbage paste. Boom, that would be like an ultimate move.
Wow.
Anywho, so here we go. What if those sweat stains really weren't there? And she
I'm not
actually
even
just,
going there.
okay.
Also, aside,
Nah,
like girl, you've been wearing stilettos, Kylie, this whole season, and you picked this episode to wear a fucking chunky wedge.
yes, Universe 4. Yes, Universe. Listen. We gotta keep the tree up, Blake. Come on now. Like, what was gonna happen? You wanted to see it fall?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Timber. Anywho, Eureka's back there, happy shingles. Okay, Eureka's back there, happy she won something. So that way, when they don't let her win this competition, she can at least say she won something.
How can Eureka always win the shit that she don't need to win? She should have won Pink Table Talk. She should have won this one. They gave that double save against Lateral Split when Lateral Split wore her out. Like, what is the tea? What is the tea? What is the tea? Y'all stay giving her shit that she don't need.
Cameron had a
her
fucking new attitude.
Bitch,
Cameron
I
was
can't.
Sent her packing.
I have to call out this comment. Oh my God, it almost left me. I swear Benzino's doing drag through Ginger.
Wait,
That's so random.
where are you? Oh, here we go, Harold.
Not
baby.
Benzino. Bitch, not Benzino.
I was like, hold on. Don't go away too fast. Don't go away too fast.
Again,
Can you
for the white
imagine-
people in the audience, Benzino has no neck. He's from Love and Hip Hop.
Used to
Google it.
own
Bitch.
was it the Source magazine?
Can you imagine Benzino stretching to look up to find somebody in the crowd?
Speaking of Love and Hip Hop, man, guy looked like Mr. Ray. That's who I thought that was on the panel.
He said,
Who was he?
Girls.
wait. He said, wait. He said, who? Wait.
The guest judge.
Oh, Justin?
Oh, Justin Simeon?
You say you like Mr. Ray.
Wow. Okay, work.
I can't.
Girl, I can't. I cannot.
Roller coaster is everything.
Girl.
So Eureka is yelling at all of these fine people, and they're just listening to her spit on them.
Man.
Oh my god! Because you know she's spitting. You know Eureka. Yo, I am sometimes just wet. They're all just fuck. God damn, this bitch had to win. Like when she don't win, we don't have to be wet. Like why? So anywho, after getting a bunch of that cigarette spit on their faces and stuff, they went over to talk to her. It got kind of sad real quick. Oh man, Mr. Ray. Oh my god, I'm trying to get my breath back. And Trinity, this hurt my spirit.
This hurts me too.
Cause it's like you knew at this point, like it's been like all over you the whole day, right? But this was where they can say anything they want to me, they can say whatever they feel, but they're gonna send my ass home today. And people in my live comments are like, she defeated herself. I'm like, girl, this was not a defeating of yourself. This is production, like giving her probably that whole it's don't worry, goodbye. You know what I mean?
It's not right, but it's okay.
I tweeted about this, and like I feel like this episode not only reveals like the many issues wrong with the game that they've established, but like this is also a prime example of why viewers, especially those that have been here for a long time, are frustrated. Because we, you know, it's like, okay, All Stars is great, and then there's always a point right around now when there's some bullshit. And all of the greatness and excitement and fun that we had just comes crashing down. I think the issue is that World of Wonder / RuPaul does not know if they want this to be a social game like Big Brother, or if they want it to be a skill-based game, something like Project Runway. And they continue to like go into the middle, which defeats the purpose and diminishes both. If you want the girls to play the game and give you shocking eliminations and to do gag-worthy moments, you have to create that kind of, you know, environment. Number one, stop showing their fucking votes. Showing their votes, because then it will allow for them to wheel and deal and to make alliances and to do what they need to do to vote a girl off. You're either going to do that, or you're going to let it be a skill-based program, make the girls make the girls do drag queen activities, and judge them for doing drag queen things well. But you cannot have it both ways.
But part of the issue with that though is like they haven't really forced the girls to sew consistently since season 6. Like because most of the girls bring so much of their drag with them, it's like you can't have a show where people are forced to engage in a skill. Honestly, most of them don't really know how to execute well at this point.
And let's be clear, Project Runway is a skill-based show, and it's always very clear when you see how judging goes. If somebody were then to not go home because their outfit sucked, you would clearly know production is a part of that person still staying for whatever drama may be happening. But it's very much based off of that. I agree with Dooley completely on this. Get it back to drag.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit out of bounds now.
Yeah, it's Project Runway pulls its production stunts. It's like, okay, this outfit's bad and this outfit's bad. We want to send this person home, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna make both of y'all sew something completely different in an hour.
Quick fire challenges. Oh my god, that would be fun.
Do that. You could like even do like, okay, give the girls a budget. Girl, everybody got $5,000. That's what y'all get to spend for y'all materials for this season.
Wasn't
y'all
that like
come
the
in
thrift store
y'all
type challenge?
Yeah, go shopping in West Hollywood. Yes. Come on now, like that'd be fun. Like, ooh, I'd be here for something like that.
It really pisses me off because Drag Race has been one of my favorite shows over the last decade, and like right now we're getting into that weird America's Next Top Model situation where like every season the quality of like what the essence of the show is diminishes, and like y'all start coming up with bullshit ways to get gags, and like you don't need that. Like, go back to the basics. Make a bitch sew, make a bitch host, make a bitch be funny, make a bitch lip sync. Like that's all you gotta do. all of this extra, this and that, like it's not
Because
not necessary.
honestly, those 4 things that you named, Julie, will give you charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
That part.
Now, question for you all. Given how much Drag Race has become a business, aka a la Drag Con, aka the UN of the world in terms of expanding, whatever, it just feels like they're getting a little Disney-fied. Like we're going from like
Yep.
when Disney was like magical and like, it had its essence and whatever, and then it just I am Disney, the business.
It's the transition from the Renaissance to the Pixar merger.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, I'm gonna say this, girl. Y'all can drag me. Y'all know how to find me. Julie underscore no. Drag Race is now tapering its content to be palatable for straight people and their families.
Go to DragCon.
I think the positive to that is that it makes it more like marketable and it makes more accessible to folks. But like, consider the fact that like I'm a Black gay man and I've been watching your program for more than a decade, and you've chosen to left me behind for these other folks. And many of these things that we're complaining about were like literally the lifeline of the show. Remember back when back season 4, season 5, people are talking about, the HIV epidemic, people that they lost, the Stonewall uprisings, like things that were actually pertinent and like applied to our lives, and it showed people our humanity. Now, girl, you over here got people doing fake dips. Y'all are pulling these random ass stuff. Like, y'all have to go back to like what made Drag Race fun and what brought life to it. Like, y'all are getting y'all coin, yes, and that's cute or whatever, but y'all are leaving the people that made this show popular behind.
I think also the other thing is like you got to go back to real drama. Like this manufactured shit that's a part of production is not fun. Like when fucking what's her Fifi said to Sharon, like go back to Party City where you belong. Like that felt real. Like the shit that we're getting now feels manufactured. Like I don't want to see a fake fight. I want to see 2 bitches. Like if you're gonna show me an argument, like give me a real argument and give me long lasting drama. Them girls don't talk to each other to this day.
You right, and my apologies here. I'm glad Dooley led the sermon with this one. I had to go in the back and check in on the potluck. That's supposed to be afterwards. Actually, I may be on TV again this week, so we'll see. Cross your fingers. But I just got my request from those good people again. So
did you get it in Skype?
Yep. That's why you saw me doing this. I was like, I'm available on this day. It was like, y'all sit up and wait again and see what happens. So we'll see. Anywho, we the writings are on the wall. We already see what's going on here. I think we've already expressed our feelings with this one. Kofafefe. All right, so Eureka is giving a animal cracker box that fell off of a truck tease here. And
the it fuckery is this.
It's giving Ringmaster, clown
it's
Ringmaster.
Like, it's giving me season 7 Pride look for Kennedy, but she got it from Burlington.
Yes, I agree. Co-sign on that one. Yep.
Girl, this look is like, not it.
This song had nothing to do with nothing.
This has nothing to do with.
When you heard this song, did that make you feel some kind of way that she dressed as a clown to Little Richard? Okay. Yep. All right. So if y'all watch my reaction on Patreon, it's on the Venmo for the girls who can find me, you will see my face literally go, why a clown? Wait, why a clown?
I have a feeling, my hypothesis is that they rigor mortis another lip sync and this is all they had left. After they got done shuffling the songs to figure out who they was going to do for what, this was the only one left. So they had to be like, here, girl.
I don't even know what their outfit would have fit into any other song that they would have done. I don't see it for her. But
it's also not
like for a challenge.
But a breath of fresh air.
This lady looks amazing. Fucking sherbet dream.
One of my favorite winners ever.
Love it.
Gorgeous.
It's shady. Can I just say it's shady that when she came out as a lip sync assassin, it said her season. It
and
did
not winner.
Like I was like, the bitch won the season. Mm-hmm. Why did you not denote that? That should have been in the title. Shady.
I didn't notice that. Wow.
Jada Essence Hall. Hey, friend. I love you,
See,
sister.
Again,
Gorgeous. You were done dirty like Kennedy Davenport. We can add you to that list as far as them giving you a song that was pure, not for the show. I need more male songs. You had a bunch of other songs with feminine characters you could have used, but it needed to be this. I am no longer gay. No more delivered, Lil Richard. I was very confused. This man has gone out of his way to be, what he wants to be without us thinking that we know better, because we know better.
It's also like the second time they've made her lip sync to a song by a male identifier.
True. Because before it was 1989. You're correct.
And it was good golly, Miss Molly on top of that. You know what I'm saying? It was very, 50s diner. They can't come in here, but we can eat in here and listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop. I'm about to start saying some real jacked.
That's okay. I have more to say. Jada wore her out.
Did.
Jada Essence Hall should have won this lip sync singularly. Y'all tried to pull production and do a gag, but y'all already knew everybody voted for TKB ahead of time, so that was not necessary. Yeah. Number two, since y'all seemingly have so many double saves in y'all little bucket or whatever, y'all know good and well that double save should have been for TKB and fucking Laganja. Where did this come from? This was not necessary, girl. For what?
Girl, the girls love to see her Swiffer, her Puswacha all over the floor, and I don't understand why. Like Eureka doing a split and a lazy split and shaking around the ground. It's like, girl, she did that on her season finale.
Yo, let's talk about this.
Thank you.
Let's talk about this.
Thank you.
Let's talk about this. This baby straight up tried to get her shell off the ground and get back to crossing the road again.
Wow.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Blastoise, get back in the competition. Didn't happen.
The blue shell after it hits your car.
Mill tank that's Whitney's mill tank using rollout, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
Girl, and the mill tank gave up, girl. That's a level 1 mill tank, my sister. That's a level 1. Just learn the fucking move. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Am I going uphill or down? You're confused. Someone send a sand slash to help this one. I know.
I kind of feel bad though, because here I am dragging Eureka. She had such her redemption was the story about her growth and her not being loud or whatever. But it's all of that went to waste because they didn't shoehorn her into this situation for a gag. And it's girl,
Eureka for the other
it's not necessary.
Wait.
Come on, magnitude.
Wait. The weakest magnitude. Level 1.
Come on, level 1 magnitude. That's funny. Come on,
that's
magnitude.
A good Pokemon reference. I'll have to give you that one. Blastoise.
I actually like Eureka this season, and this episode made me go back to the reasons why I don't like Eureka.
Agreed.
That part.
And it's not that she needed to be eliminated for me to like her. It's just that this was very, I remember this. I remember this character. I'm not here for all this type of stuff. I don't get it. I don't like it. I didn't want to be around it afterwards. I thought this baby literally couldn't get up. She just rolled around on stage to get better positioning. Jada over here in the mid split. Blake's color swatches for this wall. It's right in here, friend. This is your wall. Hold on, let's get there. There's that blue right there. I didn't know it was inner thigh. Eureka's inner thigh is on your wall, child. I got Alexis Michelle's palette somewhere over here, honey. Listen, Krusty the Clown fought our legendary season 11, and basically they ended up in a double win for some reason. And honestly, that's how I said in my review. I was like, for some reason, this was a double win.
Can we talk about this? Okay, this also pissed. I know I'm talking a lot, y'all, but I have feelings. This also pissed me the fuck off. Okay, so y'all are coming here under the guise, we want to make sure we have track records and we're fair. Eureka, if you wanted to be fair, you know good and well you should have sent Kylie's ass home. Despite the fact, so half of them bottoms don't even count because all the girls were in the bottom, so you should have weighed that. Number 2, TKB had 2 wins, Kylie had 1, and then was safe the rest of the time. So if you wanted to do track record, you should have booted her. Now let's put that on hold. Now, girl, Ginger does the exact same thing that you do better. She's a funny queen. She's a big girl. If you wanted the edge and you wanted to make sure that you had a pathway to win, you should have booted Ginger. This doesn't make sense at all, girl. Strategically, it makes no sense. What are you doing? What is the reason?
She's not.
What did C. Diggy say earlier? All right, so let's continue.
It don't make sense.
There's always a callback. All right,
in the
so
grand scope of things, like I didn't think Trinity was going to win anyway. That's what kind of just calmed me down about it. Like I think she deserved to be in the top 4, but I knew she wasn't going to win. Period. So
I don't know. I mean, maybe, but I think the top 4 that we deserved was TKB, Raja, Ginger, and Eureka. I think that's the top 4 that's top 4 that I saw coming because I thought Kylie would have been.
I would have voted Kylie out.
I would have sent Kylie home a while ago. I'd agree with Dooley. Like, if you're trying to really win this competition, you pull in Naomi Smalls at this point and you send the girl home who's your biggest competition.
That too, yeah.
You should have sent Ginger home.
It
But what
also
felt
helped. Ginger already got $60K. That's all she's gonna take home after taxes
so
from
that
winning the
was
crown.
my big issue.
Girl,
She
let's send her
literally
home.
has the winning money now. Why not send her home?
Well,
that would have been
that
the best
gets
reason.
taxed too, but
I don't
Okay,
think
good.
almost
32. She's
$1,000.
fine. She's fine. She
She'll be
can buy a
alright.
used car.
So I think
You
people
can put down a down payment, new house.
Go ahead, Diggy.
No, I was just saying that like people hate Eureka already. If she like sent home like, you know, Raja or Ginger, like we'd be right here again, like lighting her up. So it really is no difference. Like I think people should be more mad at the show than Eureka because Eureka didn't really do anything but exist.
Oh no, we're definitely
It's
well.
both.
Hold on, let's speak to these.
I'm mad at Eureka.
I'm more mad at the show for the run and the role of how this went. Eureka is playing the game that's being given to her out of the likability that she
Correct.
possesses. So I can't blame her for being smart about what she's doing. It's a great decision.
Correct.
Get your point. You look like a bunch of bear paint swatches, but go for it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and move this further because we've been kind of.
I have one more thing. I find it highly suspicious that we started off with 492 girls of color, and now we're here at the final, and there's one left. That's highly suspicious.
Yeah.
Either way, you're gonna have like you have 2 big girls, a black girl, and a trans girl. So somebody disenfranchised is going to win.
Maybe
All from the South.
all the girls that went, the first 5
First
girls
time.
that were out were all women
First
of
time.
color.
This is the first
All
time
the girls,
people
all
been
the first
from
like
the
5
South.
girls. The first one to go home was Scarlett. Scarlett was the first white woman to go home.
Work.
Hazlo como tu cumpleaños.
Jada picked Trinity. Eureka picked Trinity. We've talked about this. Trinity, you look good leaving, baby. You
I
deserve
liked her
more.
goodbye speech. I liked I very classy,
I
very
came in at
like
4. I'm leaving a 5. I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Who did Trinity vote for? That's the main thing I want to know.
I want to know too.
She probably voted for herself. I think at
You
that
think
point,
so?
I think Trinity felt like, because what she said, I think in one of the confessionals is like, if the girls are voting based on track record, like I'm gonna go home. And so I think if she's keeping honest to how the other girls are probably voting, I think she probably would have said like it would have been my time.
Oh, cue the next episode with Kylie dragging her for picking her name. I would have never said my name. Blah, 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 blah. I know Roxy. I know Roxy.
I would have never said my name either, but I think Trinity was trying to keep to her integrity.
She was trying to leave a class act. And you know what? I thought for what it's worth, she did the best that she could do with the edit that was given, as well as the emotions being displayed in a time of being vulnerable when it looked like everybody was against you, including cast and production. So
although that picture of Jada, that looked like that broke Jada's heart to send Trinity home.
Oh, you know it did. That was RuPaul's first, like that moment, because I don't think Ru thought about it. Like, oh, they're going to send her home, but then again, production's like, we want her out. Maybe Ru. I always want to ask people questions later, like, did you want her to go, or what was your top 4, Ru, in your opinion, if you cared about these people? Do you know their names?
half the time she doesn't remember their names.
That part. Let's go ahead and move on from this because we low-key have been almost 2 hours into it. All Stars, the finale's next week. Good luck, everybody. Good luck.
I'm going to watch that at 3. Damn.
I'm going to have to be up early for it too, to be honest, because there's no way I'm going to be spoiled by the winner if I wake up with that. I'll be evil. So I've been dying to drag this show for a second, and we're also going to drag a couple of people too before we leave here today. Kanye West, you're on the docket. Little Boosie, you're on the docket. But before I get to you, 2 weirdos.
Oh wow, I thought that's what we were looking at right now.
Ooh. Ooh.
And you're welcome. This is why I show up once in a while.
All right, listen, Under the Sea.
Under the sea.
American Horror Story is back to give us Ryan Murphy's latest mediocre writing tale of stupid themes and shit that doesn't make fucking sense. I will not be reviewing it this year because I will be completely destroying this man's work the entire time, and I refuse to do that. I have kindness in my heart, and I'm choosing kindness by not letting Ryan Murphy know about the pieces of shit he keeps on leaving on my doorstep. I sound like Alexander Rogers.
Matty. So I got introduced to this today, given the docket, and I'm curious. It's called Double Feature, and we had 2 episodes available to us. Does the story continue given to us in 2 episodes at a time?
I think so.
What you're gonna get is, according to what's put out there, is the first half is a capsule about these vampires, or let me not call them vampires, so I don't know if that's right.
Because that's not what they are.
That's not what they are. About these blood sucking folk. The second half is supposed to move us to Arizona or Nevada to talk about
Area 51 or something like that.
So like half a season and half a season.
Yes.
Make a season?
Yes.
So my part 2 question, is this somehow him addressing the critique that he takes too long to get through his stories?
I would say the primary critique for Ryan Murphy is he gets bored halfway through writing it, and then it
Well,
goes
that's what I'm saying.
left.
So they feel like they
writing
go
the first episode.
So I feel like that's why I feel like they feel like it takes too long, so that's why they go somewhere else. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by that.
Okay, let me get into. Go ahead, Chris. What you about to say?
I'm just saying the first 6 episodes are supposed to be, AHS Red Tide, and then the second half is Death Valley. So it's 4 episodes for the aliens, 6 episodes for this.
Okay.
I think the reason they did a double feature is because episode 1, like, you needed episode 1 and 2 to
oh my god,
understand what was going on.
Oh my god.
No, you didn't need it, but you don't need this show right now.
Girl, all right.
That could have been one
episode.
episode.
What's going to happen next?
So y'all check this out. Just so you're clear, you're gonna know what's happening within the first 2 episodes. So don't think you're gonna have to spend too long figuring out what the fuck is happening in this town. And you will see a bunch of men who, for some reason, don't want to eat any oatmeal in the morning or pinche patas or anything with protein to help them exist in life. This was stupid. I'm so angry, but I'm watching it because I'm intrigued by where the fuck is Angelica Ross? And 2, why is Adina Porter playing the worst character on the whole field? Her cop, oh my god. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad.
And then Ryan Murphy shoehorning his the gayness of it. Like we don't need.
Macaulay Culkin reprises his role in Party Monster. By the way,
I was about to say that too.
Jesus, there was a lot of homosexuality of white men being killed, which it was a lot of weird stuff. Of
girl, they have a whole moment at the Dick Dock in P-Town. It's like why?
You're a top or a bottom? Oh, the writing, dude.
I told Matt ahead of time that I was recording my Dooley Does episode today, so I have not had a chance to watch. I've seen all of the core seasons through, but the way y'all talk about this girl, I'm like, do I want to watch?
So exactly, just listen to this.
Here's the premise. Basically, this couple and their daughter moves to this town in Boston, and they get a place where he's supposed to get inspiration as a writer, right? So the next thing you know, they see these weird people, and I mean, broad daylight. Chris, I don't know if Blake, you
and
too.
aren't they in Cape Cod actually? Because
it's Cape Cod. Yeah,
no, they're in P-Town. They're in P-Town.
P-Town.
Okay,
but
so it's called the Cape. That's what it's called. It's the first episode.
Some people refer to it as the Cape, but P-Town is its own special little enclave, particularly during the summer when the bears go. It's a whole gay situation. It's a gay town.
And so it being on the off season is also a very specific setting for this storyline to be set.
So continuing here, there are only 3 people in town apparently as it's given to this couple and their daughter. The mom and daughter go walking to see a man in the graveyard looking like a vampire in broad daylight, chasing them down the street. When they call the police, it's no problem. We just have a bunch of junkies around here. We had a huge problem with that. So they go into the fact that town has a drug issue and it's a small town, nobody's there, etc., right? Okay, then hold on. I have to talk about this man right here real quick. Oh my God, you are not a good actor. Stop.
I hate him.
He is not a good
How is he
actor.
sucking Ryan
Who is
Murphy?
she? I don't recognize her face.
So he
He
was
was
in Freak
in
Show
Four,
as the privileged child that
And
ended
wasn't
up,
he also in Hotel?
yes.
All of them after.
Oh,
He is so
I
not a
don't
good.
recognize her face.
No shade, young man, but you're a pretty face. That's it, and you are not believable as a father. I don't think that you have children.
Not
I
to Lily
would
Ray.
never.
Like
Lily
not to
Ray would not fuck him. Like we know
Girl.
Lily wouldn't do it. Misty, really, Misty? No, Misty wouldn't fuck that.
You ain't
It's
nobody's
weird.
man.
His casting is trash. I can't stand him. Like he is giving me all kinds of Anthony Mackie teas with terrible acting. I hate
Nah,
it.
you hate Anthony
him.
Mackie so
Hate
much.
it. Hate it. So
She's giving
just
unlaid on Ryan's
did.
casting couch.
I just said your good Judy is terrible. Terrible. He is terrible. He
Are you
is terrible.
serious?
I hate
Matt
him.
hates Anthony Mackie.
Terrible. Him and Michael B.
she's
Jordan
giving unlaid on
fighting for
Ryan's
supremacy
casting.
through mediocrity. Same person every movie. Can't do it. Same person.
But you better drag Michael B. Jordan in too, because
I did. I don't like him either. He's terrible.
Mhm.
Fruitvale
I think
Station
Anthony
was the
Mackie
last
is
thing he
black.
had. Creed, are you joking me? Like, really? Like, so no, like his angry face is so like 13-year-old. Like I'm going through puberty and someone just beat me for the first time. I can't do it. I can't do it. No thanks. Yeah, no. I like Anthony Mackie in Striking Vipers. I was here for that Anthony Mackie because it was different. It was, he seemed like relaxed. Maybe because somebody was digging his booty. But okay, let's continue.
Ooh.
This man right here is terrible.
Girl,
I've
mute
established
yourself.
it. I've established it. Lily Rabe, I'm so sorry they chose you for this project because you're being wasted and you and your character is stupid. So her husband, which was that guy, is the writer who ends up taking this pill that has been given to him by Evan Peters and our good lady who played come on, man.
Francis Conroy.
There you go, Frances Conway, who was Myrtle from Coven, right? So the pill makes them creative, and it only works for artist types, which is weird. But it also makes them crave for blood. Hence the vampire, but they're not vampires. I kid you not. That is the story.
Because the science of the pill is that it depletes the like nutrients that your blood has, so you have to replenish those nutrients drinking other folks' blood.
Only
Yes.
as long as you're taking the pill.
Hold on.
Only
it's
as long as you're
it's-
taking the pill.
It's 2021. So you telling me that nobody wanted to take it? It wasn't a multivitamin. You couldn't have no Huel, an Activia girl. You couldn't have a piece of fruit. You had to have blood specifically.
You get turned off by everything else. Everything else, your senses are turned off by it. You suddenly crave. You basically are a daytime vampire by this pill.
Which also to
Basically.
me makes no sense. Also, why do you have these motherfuckers running around looking like Nosferatu?
It was going to get the teeth done because their teeth don't actually turn into vampire teeth, Dooley. They had to go get molds done. I kid you not.
Like when
Yeah.
you get,
It was weird.
veneers.
Bram
Yeah,
my
Stoker
teeth
is
are like
rolling
that
over
under
in
this.
his grave. Bram
And they
Stoker is
used
rolling
our
over.
good sis, Billy Lord, is that character. She's the dentist. I think it's so weird. Like, okay, work.
Carrie Fisher's daughter.
The agent, what's her face from that show I used to watch back in the day on CW that was really popular.
Yes. I want to be.
Wait, who you said?
She was on the other American Horror Stories, but she was on that show
Coven.
back on CW. Popular. She's
in
on
Coven.
Apocalypse. Who plays?
Oh, yeah,
Shirley.
Apocalypse. Yeah, Apocalypse.
Is she on this?
Yeah, she was the agent for the guy. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I
I
know
The
forget
you're
her
talking
bratty
name.
one in Apocalypse, the rich one.
Correct.
Yes.
Mhm.
I know you're talking about.
So she's the agent in this one, and she's trying to help the guy get a book deal, and apparently she's going to be a pivotal character in this later on.
No,
further.
a writing deal for a TV show, a pilot, and so that's how he ends up with a Netflix deal.
Yeah, that went by really fast. Again, the
Girl.
writing, I was just like, whatever. The daughter eats the pill. Oops, spoiled it.
Because she's
And so
she's
now
a-
you know
she's a-
exactly how this is gonna play out.
Exactly. And it was like, so here's
Yeah.
the next 4 episodes. She's a violaist? Viola, right? It was
a
viola?
violin players.
Yeah.
It's-
So
Well, low-key, I think she plays viola,
Violinist.
but she's playing. Well, so I think that's a viola in her hands, but the songs that they're playing for her are violin
Because
concertos.
she's playing like a violin, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
but I think she said she plays. I don't remember, but whatever.
Because I played a violin as a kid, so
She was
it looks like a
basically
violin
used to establish ambiance for every scene transitioning of a pill being taken or the creative thought being exploding. Like, honestly, it was always this music. Girl, it was so reductive. This was dumb. I was like, this is some ABC bullshit we did from back in the 90s with these movies. I was
The
over
ABC
it.
special.
Yes, it was very like book by numbers horror. I was like, this is getting lame, man. But when she eats the pill, now she wants blood. This is Sarah Paulson, everybody. I kid you not.
Yeah.
and there's also a very specific underlying current of bloodlines, if you realize, because the pill only works if you have a certain talento.
You have to have an artistic
and if not,
edge to you.
You turn into the blood-sucking vampires that are running around during the day like a crackhead. So there's something about bloodline kind of like underlying current running too.
And talent. If you don't have it, that's why when Macaulay Culkin's character was talking to her, and she's like, "Don't take the pill," and he's like, "But if you're talented." If it's gonna work, exactly. You don't think I have talent? It's like, what? Because she's talented.
That's also
apparently.
weird because, like, based on what y'all are saying, it sounds like their perspective is that talent is embedded in your DNA, which makes it genetic. But like, how does the pill?
That's the daughter with the father, because she's like, you don't have genius like me and daddy, mommy.
Oh, that was weird.
Which leads you to believe
again, the bloodline thing.
The mother's gonna take the pill, and the mother's gonna turn into one of these blood suckers,
and the baby's
with a baby in her belly,
right out of her. I see mother. I see Jennifer Lawrence. I see another bullshit story. Sarah Paulson's giving crack is whack. But she low-key gave a baby away to be eaten by one of these things for some crystal. And it was like, what? That was the first episode. Like, ta-da! Like, come on now.
Wait, bitch. That was episode 1?
Yes, girl. When she was carrying that baby.
No,
and that lady with Myrtle was sitting there like, give me the baby. And it was like, just like, what the fuck is happening?
I will not be watching this. No.
It was crazy.
Boo.
Oh God, let's pass these chapsticks.
It's very dark-sided.
So, to be honest, these two are the reasons why I am still entertained and intrigued by this, because Evan Peters playing whatever Evan Peters does to me is always intriguing, as well as our good sis here. She's selling the show for me at this point.
Yeah, they're selling the fuck out of it.
But they're artists, they're writers, this and the other, and they're taking the pill, and they're the ones that introduce the dad to it and explain how it works. And we will soon find out who the chemist is, which is Angelica Ross's character. So hopefully they gave her better lines in 1984. Let's continue here. But they're cool. The wig is everything. She's fun. Good actors, but terrible script. Did I have another picture or did not get Macaulay Culkin girl?
Macaulay
Culkin.
The first scene. Can I suck your dick? It was like, what? Like,
oh my God.
I was like, oh, he's gay.
It's so bad. Like Ryan Murphy, like, I'm sorry. Hang it up, girl.
I was like, didn't he go through?
Did y'all know that he's married to Brenda Song?
He did. Well, off the record.
Him and Brenda Song just had a baby.
Yeah, no, he looks sober. He looks sober. I'll give him that. He looks sober. We've seen him not look this healthy, shall we say, before.
It was just seeing him playing the drug addicted person where I was like, girl, that has got to be a lot. That has got to be a lot for this man.
Giving Joey J.
Oh! Ooh!
I'm a gay ass bitch.
Oh!
Wow.
That's rude.
London has fallen. Oh my God. Okay,
Girl.
continue. Go get him. Angela Bassett died for no reason in that movie. Yeah, Macaulay Culkin is doing his job as far as I'm concerned, playing, a meth addict on the streets with Sarah Paulson, all that kind of good stuff. He took the pill, so I'm assuming something good's going to happen to him now. I don't know. They left a lot of doors open with the first 2 episodes, but also they gave so much away that I was kind of like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. It has 100% on Rotten. This?
Wow.
I mean, I've noticed that too. I've seen some reviews on YouTube that they've been praising it, but the script just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would they stay at that place if there's like vampires running around? You've just been chased. You killed somebody in your home. You're taking a pill that some stranger gave to you. Like when you put real world like common sense to it, it doesn't make sense. The
I
acting
feel like everything Ryan Murphy does is hotly anticipated, and so when it comes out, we're all like, "Oh my god, this is so good." When you sit back and think about it, it's like Ryan Murphy's AHS hasn't been good since season 3. Like, I don't care what you say about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this current 110. Horror Story has not been good since Coven. Not 5 might have been good. 8 was all right.
It's the rush to the finish for me. That's what's
Yeah.
bothering me about all of this. I like setups and buildups.
Or
and
they
ambiance.
use like weird like Deus Machina to like solve a problem, and it's like, girl, where did this come from? What?
Did any of you watch Nip Tuck back in the day?
Yes.
No.
Mimi, okay, Mimi. I've
Yeah.
seen 2 episodes. The only episode of the 2 that I remember, some man was running around fucking furniture, and then it was all
Yeah.
about him. I said, never again, girl. Not on my dime. No.
Well, so
ma'am.
that was Ryan Murphy. That was
That
Ryan
poor
Murphy back in the
Ottoman.
day. That's like kind of like where he kind of broke his teeth. And that was interesting. I feel like those seasons, the thread through made a little bit more sense than they do now. I think he like goes a little too far left and then stays left.
Matt, can we
Let's go
highlight
back right.
Farnsworth's question? That's a real good question.
You said whose question?
Farnsworth? That's a good question.
Where is the
Wow.
Bentley?
Who's worse, Ryan Murphy or Tyler Perry?
Tyler Perry, definitely.
Yeah, I don't. It's also Tyler Perry's living in like one. It's
And they both like to cast, you know,
Specific
certain type.
characters they like
their
to work
favorites.
with.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, it gives me both very recycled teas. Like
Yeah.
Tyler Murphy is recycling black tropes, and Tyler Murphy.
And Trump.
Tyler Murphy.
Come on, Tyler
Wow,
Murphy.
Ryan
Come on,
Perry,
Tyler
get
Murphy.
out of here.
And doesn't
Tyler
Tyler
Murphy.
Perry pride of himself on like just writing them really fast and like churning them out like this? And it's like, well,
Mhm.
just because you write it fast doesn't mean that it's
It
good.
is. My mother was a real whore and a junkie.
And a junkie.
I just need Tyler to get some people by him. He needs some people
He
by
sold me
him.
for $10 and a fit.
And
Like
a
he
fit.
either needs people by him or he needs a new room to write in.
You're gonna tell her. You're gonna tell her.
And you're gonna tell her.
All right, so American Horror Story double feature is now on FX and the next day on Hulu FX. If you enjoy it, that's on
Yeah.
you. I'm gonna finish it because I started. I got to. I
Yeah,
got
I'm
to
gonna
finish. It.
finish.
But so far, it has made me go, what? Like that's literally what it's made me do. What? And then there was a few moments where I said, oh, but I haven't been scared yet. Roanoke was the last time I jumped for a
Yes,
American Horror
Roanoke
Story.
was so good.
That
Like
shit scared
I had
me.
to watch that in the morning. I could not watch it at night.
And that man with that pig mask walked up in that house the way he did. That was genuinely scary. And then when Kathy Bates is sitting outside with a bunch
Yeah.
of white folks tearing out intestines, be nervous.
Yeah.
Be nervous. All right. Let's move on to our draggable 15-minute to 20-minute hour here. But before we do that, I'm going to not share the screen to have this moment because I don't know where Julie went, but we need to talk about this HIV vaccine that came out. Apparently, I have been out of the loop with this one completely. Fuck me for not watching the news as much as I need to here. But who has more insight on this that can speak on this wonderful news, if it's even wonderful, because is it going to be available? Like, what's happening here?
So my understanding is that it's a,
Go ahead, Blake.
my understanding is that it's a phase 1 vaccine trial, and so not to rain on anybody's parade, but like this is not a phase 1 trial is to establish safety and tolerability. So we're not looking to see even if this drug at present currently works. So when we think about like if this is available, like availability, marketing, all that jazz, isn't going to happen until phase 3. That's like 6-7 years down the line. So if this drug is safe and tolerable, and then in phase 2 we'll assess, not we, because I'm not a part of this trial, but like they will assess adverse events in phase 2. Phase 3 is to see like, does the effect produce what we want the effect to produce? So even like understanding effect is like 5 or 6 years down the line. And then after that, you'll get to marketing. And so like
wow,
process of clinical trials.
Wow, but that's still good news. The start is there, even though we've always said for years they've had it and they just don't want to share it. But
It's not the first vaccine clinical trial. So it's nice that we're at a place where we're studying it again, but it's not the first vaccine trial.
Got it. That's still good news to hear here. So we wanted to make sure we shared that. I know some of y'all talked about it last week, and I was like, wait, what? Come back. But good to know. And for those of you who are interested in the story, we'll be following along. So now back to the upset stomach and diarrhea that was American Horror Story. But to move on to the people who we need to clown today, I'm going to start with our good sis West, who had Marilyn Manson, who is currently not the person that needed to be up there with them based on the shit that's going on with Marilyn Manson and the accusations or real-time fuckery he's been doing.
He has several SA allegations against him, girl. Like, what are you doing?
And then the baby was up there.
Plural.
Menti.
Plural.
Like in court, Menti.
Plural.
Actresses coming out and putting their careers on the fucking line because that's how fucking serious it fucking is, and they still don't take them seriously, half of them. Groomed.
Mm-hmm.
Marilyn Manson.
Anyways.
And then you got the raggedy baby here on stage. Yo, let's just fast forward past the bullshit. Baby, what are you doing? And for why?
Today, Soulja Boy was online dragging Kanye because his verses. Yeah, so Soulja Boy was supposed to have verses on the final album. They got taken out. And Jay-Z's verses were replaced by DaBaby. So, yeah, Kanye's on an interesting little moment. Kanye burned himself alive. Or did he? I'm pretty sure that's the stunt double, which is why he's been doing this mask thing. So it can be many hymns doing things like doing push-ups on a live stream. Ooh, anyways, let me shut up.
It's raggedy. Like, my first question is Kanye actually a musical genius, or did he call himself that?
He was.
I think he has done several things in recent times. Probably not. But like, it really pisses me off because he's out here doing like some really nasty and insidious, like egregious shit. And we give him a pass because he's a visionary. And it's like, baby, like, what's the tea? Also, many of his productions are giving me very much like a cult, very much supernatural ritual. And I'm like, y'all not gonna be happy until he opens up a hellmouth under.
So
Buffy.
It's in the commandments. It literally says, "Do not put any other gods before him." Okay, and like Kanye has even referred to himself as Yeezus, and it wasn't an actual like, oh, I'm this great, so I'm giving myself this name. No, he was putting himself on a pedestal to Jesus, people. He's then gone above and beyond to then bring people into these Christian atmospheres.
But while promoting his named Saint, one of his kids is named Psalm.
It's this man is literally, and I know some of y'all looking at me like this sissy, but no, baby, I'm 7-day Adventist. I'm still a practicing Christian, so I'm very much with God. If you can even imagine. But when I see stuff like this is what takes me into the blasphemy realm. Kanye is a blasphemer to me, and I don't appreciate him. And even with him bringing Kim out there, they're still trying to work on their stuff. Poor Kim, but also I guess you eating the soup too, Kim. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but I don't have nothing for this baby other than the fact that if I had a lighter, I'd set him on fire.
He set himself on fire.
He sure did. I think that's interesting because, like, at least as it like pertains to like spirituality, you and I are kind of on different planes. Like, I'm much more integrative, and I'll call myself spiritual, but I take pieces of all kind of things that work for me and that help me feel powerful and that help me feel connected. And even with that lens, I'll be like, girl, you're getting real close to some crazy otherworldly type of shit that I didn't kind of read about, baby. Like, I don't know. This is weird. This is weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Momi, I'm going to ignore that comment. Please don't take a 7-day event seriously. Yeah, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna gather you today. So
you're not doing that.
Not with my faith. Please don't, because I will eviscerate. So they're gonna get past this young man here and his problems, and I hope wish his mental health much better space and place. I don't know what's going on. So
somebody pointed, they were like, Brittany in the whole conservatorship, but this man is walking out on the street plainly. I'm like, girl, you right?
That, Matty?
No shade.
You're right. No shade.
But it's honestly, doesn't it just tell you the story of how it really works? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're honestly, how dare you? You know what I mean?
And the only thing I would say about Kim showing up, and I think the only reason why Kim is still on the side writing the way that she is because of the kids at this point.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
you know, and that's what was modeled to her,
Yeah.
really, at the end of the day. Like her parents, when she was growing up, you know, once, you know, her mom went with Bruce and the dad was still around, but like there was very much like we stick together and we stick together to the end. And so I think, if anything, I'll give Kim that she's probably, if anything, doing that more as a mother versus like, oh, you know, I need a new wagon to jump on, because she's doing just fine on her own with all her companies.
The wagon wheel I choosy.
Okay. Let's see here. Hold on, y'all. I'm just doing a little work.
But yes.
Absolutely. So we shall continue, because I'm not going to have anybody tell me what I should hold weight to. Let's move on to this one. So,
you raggedy bitch. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm tired of this scene.
I'll continue.
I didn't want to give
You
this
raggedy stick bug looking ass bitch. Why you stay in gay people business? I have never seen somebody that's heterosexual that be in so many gay people business. Bitch, if I talk to my fucking man, which really don't exist, but if I even whisper that I want a man, bitch, here you come peeking around the fucking corner, peeking around the tree, trying to see what the fuck I'm talking about. Girl, what is the tea? Why are you in our business? Leave gay people alone. Leave trans people alone. Go eat your fucking A1 diabetes ass food and leave us alone, girl. God damn. It's so frustrating.
Well, he gives me politician.
Right now.
He gives me politician that on the pulpit says one thing, but in the bathroom of the airport is tapping his foot saying another.
Because that's what she does.
O sea, that's why she barks so loud.
It's so silly
oh
to
wait,
me.
something in my
Like,
butt.
he stay in gay people business, but be out here doing the most harmful, nasty ass shit. I'm sure everybody in this room has read about how he got his 13 or 14-year-old the fucking sex worker because he didn't want him to be gay. My nigga, that's a whole statutory ass case. What are you doing?
Oh yeah,
That's
your
right.
mind is so rotten and your perspectives are so trash that you're out here being harmful to your children. They need to lock you up. They need to take them kids away and go put them kids somewhere where they're going to be safe so they can become actual fucking productive ass people in this world. Because what you got going on over there is nothing but the rent. Shut the fuck up. Go get hit by a car. Go play in traffic. That's all I got for her.
Wow. Nothing but the rent.
Ain't nothing going on but the
So
rent.
stupid. Like, how dare you attack this gay man for being himself, for being authentic? He ain't bothering nobody. He making his gay ass Gen Z ass music. We're living for the visuals. We're living for whatever. Man, like he look about 45, but he's about our age.
Can he wait? Who wrote
He's
this?
in his 30s. Like,
Who
girl,
wrote this?
go be grown.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably because she's making more cash than she is, you know.
Right? Like, go be grown.
Lucy's Bussy got a little warm when he saw Little Nas X doing his performance, and he got mad.
We love independent. We love them early jams, but that's not a pass for you being a trash person. And since we're here, and somebody mentioned it in the comments, baby, Jocelyn, baby, do you really want to have this fight? Do you really want to be introduced into this ring?
You be talking too
we've
fast
seen you
for her.
coked up.
You be talking
We've
too
seen you
fast for
coked
her.
up, baby. We've seen the video of you rapping in that basement, baby. Do you really want to have this conversation?
Yeah,
little booty.
That's why I sang it in Spanish, and now I sing it in Spanish.
It's so stupid. Like, y'all use these children as shields. Y'all don't give a fuck about these kids. Y'all really don't give a fuck about these kids, and y'all really need to be 100 and approach the situation as a fucking adult. And at this point, just say that you're fucking homophobic, you're fucking transphobic, and you don't give a fuck about LGBT folks. Just say what it is and stop being like, what the fuck? What about
I
the
don't
kids?
think they
You don't
even
give a fuck about the
understand.
kids.
I mean, just say you don't understand anything because you're an idiot and you're stupid and you don't have the capacity to hold weight and understanding, empathy, and progression, and that those traits are not things that you have available to you. You are ketchup and a mustard kind of girl. You don't go into other seasonings or flavors. It's only the same chicken shack that he go. I bet you money he goes only to the same 3 restaurants. I bet you money he goes only to the same store that know who he is, and he don't go no further than the lanes that he drives through. He is the easy lane. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can't stand this motherfucker.
Big Lots and Chick-fil-A.
You look sleepy.
Cheesecake Factory.
Leave the lean alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Go ahead.
Do you think he could define homophobic? Do you think if you asked him to define the word
this
homophobic,
is the picture.
do you
This
think
is
he
in the
could
dictionary?
No, but do you think he himself,
Oh, no.
if you asked him like,
no.
"Hey, Boosie, do you think you're homophobic?" He's like, "No, I'm not." Can you define the word homophobic?
Girl, can you spell it? HOMOF.
Well, when my hoes got mo's and they foes and they bix. No, Boosie, no.
I'm just sorry. He looked like he's sitting outside the corner store asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Holding the door for people. Like, do you feel me? Like, Boosie, you have nerves. You have nerves. Stop.
Boosie is the real life Mr. Popo. He looked like Mr. Popo.
I sit in the car at the gas station because I can't go home because my wife gonna know what's up. Like real talk. Like, you look like that motherfucker. 11 p.m. at a Shell. Doesn't make sense to me. I'm good. I'm good. Lil Nas X, keep doing you, baby. We gonna keep defending you, darling. We got you, sis. Fuck this mud little bastard looking like the corner of someone's room they ain't been clean.
Where's that dickhead nigga?
Billy is determined to say that quote each and every panel. I'm like, girl, one day they're gonna be like,
baby, you were on camera sweating like you were standing in front of the fucking sun. Like, you don't want this. You just spent 8 weeks dragging them girls looking a hot ass food on Zeus Network. You have the audacity to talk about somebody's kids, girl? Really? For real?
You talking about Jocelyn Hernandez?
Yes,
you talking about the lady who got fucked on camera on the 7th episode of her show? You talking about the same
Zeus Network? Not
Chris,
even the
have
Playboy Network.
You seen? Oh my
Zeus
God!
Network.
You need to watch that show. You have to. Not season 1, season 2.
And she's finally putting out a video for the song.
Don't nobody care.
I know.
It makes me
that man fucked her down in that hot tub. I was gagged to that song. Doing like it's my B-Day, grabbing her titties and everything. I was like, well, wait a minute. I was like, I kind of like this, but nope. Listen, I'm done. We're done for the day. I ain't going another 15 minutes. God damn it. All-Star 6 has been a trip. American Horror Story is Murphy. Ryan, Tyler Perry'd. Boosie is still Kanye is still on. And hopefully this HIV vaccine it comes through, or whatever the case may be. I'm just glad that there's some advancement in medicine, even though people don't want to get vaccinated. Okay, it's your decision, but don't come over here coughing on me. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's start from the top to the bottom. Now we hear shoulders first. Dooley, give us your social medias.
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter. Remember, I'll respond to the hate. I don't give a fuck. You can find me on the Twitter. _, That's _DOLEYNOTED_. You can find me on the Insta, that photo app at duly noted as presented below for all of my content. You get the food, you get the gym selfies, and all the other shenanigans. Or you can look at me up as Duly Does Food on Instagram solely for the food content. And then like, share, comment, subscribe, Duly Does Food on YouTube. I teach you how to cook things. And no, I do not use 8 kinds of salt. Yes, I'm talking to you, Darius Crooks. New video out on Tuesday. She has been filmed. I just need to sit down. I'm off tomorrow. I'm going to be editing. So y'all might even get it tomorrow. Who knows? She's coming.
Come on, Salt Bae. Speaking of which, I get my second shot for my Pfizer shot on Friday. So I'll be fully vaccinated for my trip. C Diggy one. Give us your social. I'm gonna start doing that for now on. C Diggy one. Give us your social medias, please.
By the way, that second shot is a doozy, so I hope you don't have anything planned.
Everyone's told me to like, please.
I was
get
good.
So there will be no fortunate rants.
Just letting you know. Just letting you know.
Oh, I plan to be out like that day. I'm gonna order like some food, and it probably won't even be there. They're like, Matt, just go. You'll go to sleep. Just go to sleep when you get home. But Chris, social media.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter, cdiggy1. You can also find me on YouTube. Please subscribe. I'm almost at 10,000. Please get me there. Also, Pop Roast. I do that with Alexander Rogers on his channel, as well as the podcast. You can hear that on Spotify, Apple, whatever.
Fabulous. Yes. Follow, share, subscribe. Get him to 10,000. Get duly monetized. These are orders. Follow. Don't. Okay, I felt some anger in my post there. There's 2 links and a brim that's a little low key today, but with the Eureka swatch. Blake.
Somebody in the comments, you won't. That's funny. You won't even know.
You can find me on Twitter at BARowley86 or on Instagram at RowleyB or Barf_1. That's BARPH, Barf_1.
Thank you, Blake. Appreciate you for being here.
Mimi, it's my highest voice for you. Mimi. Social medias, please.
You can find me on the Bird app, aka Twitter. It's going to be Mimi Cherry. If you want to find me on Instagram, add an ID to it, make it Mimi Cherry IG. And on my ongoing campaign to be the captain of the JV squad, be all the people.
All of them.
Hey.
Every single one of them. God damn it. And it's me, Mario. No, it's your boy, Matty Rants. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Thanks for tuning into the panel. Make sure to follow all of these people, subscribe to their pages, donate if you can, etc., all that good teas. If you'd like to donate to my channel, downstairs, I've been letting the banner go below. It's Cash App, $, Matty Rants, Venmo, MattyRants, and PayPal.me/MattyRants. My birthday is September 24th. I will not be live that day because I will be in the San Diego's with the Duel of the Shoulders and the Blake of the Rims, along with the rest of the Fox Forest 9. I did. Yes, I did.
You think you won't be live that day.
I mean, wait a minute. Okay. Like, I'll be inebriated as fuck on my birthday. Really?
I think the girls have different plans, but you think you won't be live that day, girl.
Okay, well, I don't know what's happening for my birthday anyways.
I am so glad I'm not going on this trip now.
I don't know what's about to happen. Nervous. I am. Not really. I plan to be completely wasted. It's 35 years on this earth, bitch. I'm going to be skunked.
Girl, we didn't schedule the wine tasting, girls. We didn't spend $400 on alcohol. It's being delivered.
I'd like to be carried home at one of these days. I haven't had that happen in over 7 years. I need to be carried home at one point.
Everybody knows that I can lift you.
Okay.
I got you, friend. I got you.
We both just can't be like in that state though, because then we gonna be like rolling down the hill like Eureka on the floor. All right, so listen.
You're gonna do some Luann in Mexico shit and fall into the bushes.
or Evelyn trying to chase after OG and falling. There you go, right there, head first. Okay. Catch me on the link tree, all those links, all my socials, click, kaboom, goodbye. Airtime Tuesdays and Thursdays, Drag Race Everything on Tuesdays, Drag Race Trivia and Hot Topics on Thursdays. Remember, September is the extra month, so more money for the wins. And then Stereo App Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Dooley, Blakeisha, Mimi Cherry, Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. Catch us for our podcast. And yeah, thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you all for being here. I hope you had a good time. Don't take anything personally. If you do, and if you did, I'm not reading about it, okay? And take care. We love you so much. See you next time. Puss, puss. All that good jazz. Bye-bye.
Au revoir.
Ad Zen.
Adios.
Garlic butter.
Bye.
Combo walk.
Listen. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Oh. Get that out of there.
Puss, puss.